Welcome back to the PigSkin podcast. This is season 2, episode 21. Again, rocking with StreamYard. This has been a pretty cool thing so far. Really just having the ticker down there is pretty cool. So, sorry we only had one episode last week. A lot of school stuff going on. I'm getting closer and closer to finals. We had a very interesting, I don't know if you want to say broadcast on Netflix Friday night. I was at the Thunder game, which was really fun. So we just missed that, and then we're getting to it. So, yes, this episode is going to be our college football week 12, NFL week 11 recap. And, let's go ahead. Let's get into it.
Getting close to the end, man.
It's so sad. So sad. I hate this time of week. No, I couldn't be happier for OU's football season to end because it's just fucking sad. But Oklahoma survived the bye week, I guess, if you can say, as you see Shawna cross down there. Fasusi and Cortez Mills will both be on visits, not at Oklahoma this weekend. Michael Fasusi is going to Texas. I forget where Cortez Mills is going. There's a couple other guys that are trying to get flipped, man. So, they don't have the letter of intent anymore. It's kind of like a financial aid scholarship agreement that they signed. So we won't really know what the class is going to be till these guys are on campus in January, with most of them coming on campus in January. So obviously Fasusi, it's really the biggest one that OU wants to hold on to, Fasusi and Foje. A lot of negative Nancy-ass OU fans on Twitter think it's completely over. I don't necessarily think so.
You can see why, though.
You can see why. You can totally see why, but
been rough.
I would argue over the last few weeks, there's been a little bit more promise with the offensive line than there was beforehand. Logan Howland is playing pretty good football. Heath Ozada is improving. It's just the rest of the offense kind of blows.
We'll see.
I did think there was a little interesting nugget in, I don't know if you watched Brent Venables' press conference today. He was asked about Dan Mullen as his head coach. And he said he's got a good relationship with Dan. And he said that he's interviewing and talked to a bunch of guys. But apparently, he reached out to Dan Mullen last year about being the offensive coordinator. And obviously, that didn't happen. So there's been reports that Dan doesn't want to leave what he's doing. He's happy being in the studio, being on TV.
It's great. You don't have to coach and get absolutely shreds.
Exactly. So offensive coordinator stuff is still going. Hopefully, we know by the first week of December. That's very important that we know by the first week of December. So, but no reason to spend a whole lot of time on OU. They're dead in the fucking water anyways, and didn't play a game this past weekend. So,
well, Danny Sussman and Billy Bowman were invited to the Senior Bowl.
They were, and we'll talk about this more in our episode later this week. But senior night this weekend. So no matter what happens, really, there's 5 pillars of the whole Brent Venables era. Take with that as what you want, but Ethan Downs, Woody Washington, Jalil Farouk, Billy Bowman, and Danny Stutzman. Kind of been the 5 guys that stuck through everything. After Lincoln left and all the shit's gone down, those are the 5 guys that have hung around to try to build what is honestly seems like a pretty good culture at OU. They don't have the wins to show for it, but it seems like a promising culture.
They all like each other.
They all love each other. They all love each other. They're all brothers. So it'd be good to send those guys out on a high note. And obviously, Danny and Billy will be drafted.
Oh no!
And playing football in the NFL this time next year, and we'll see where the other guys go. But let's go ahead. Let's get into it. You had a pretty happened Saturday, I think. You won money, like you were telling me. Go ahead and get into that, man. It sounded like a great Saturday for you.
Was an experience. Okay. Good God, if I had an experience of a weekend, but yeah. No, I basically, put together like a parlay just to, hey, what if we win this weekend? That was the mindset going in. Let's have a win. Let's do it. And we'll talk about some of the games, and then also there's a new college football playoff bracket. I've got it pulled up right now, but some new teams look like have gotten in, so we'll talk about that. But yeah, I put together a parlay, and I'll have to go back and take a look at Bovada real quick. But I know that it was basically just like money line. That's all it was. I wasn't going to do any spreads, overs, just money lines on teams. And basically it consisted of like an afternoon game, a night game, and a morning game. I wanted to make sure that I had all of it so I can just stick, watch college football and, just like have a good Saturday. Yep. And so it consisted of a couple dogs. So I had a couple dogs, and then I had some easy ones. You have to throw in some easy ones as layups. Your shot doesn't hit, you go to the rim. That's basically what I did. And I had Colorado, which was, they were favored. So I took them outright. That was a good pick. Travis Hunter, incredible. Shedeur Sanders doesn't get talked enough. He should. We'll talk about Colorado here in a little bit. But it consisted of Colorado as one of the morning games. And then in an afternoon game, I threw in Air Force as a dog to Oregon State. It was 12-0 when I last checked, and I was like, okay, I'm fairly confident that they're going to win this game. So I had those two. I took Georgia to win outright. They were 7.5 point favorites going into the game. Like when I woke up Saturday, they were 7.
No one knew about Nico.
He was out there. I didn't know that. So when I saw, I was like,
I didn't know that either until like halfway through Saturday. I was like, oh shit, Nico might not play.
Yeah. So I took Georgia because I was like, man, Vegas knows something that I don't. If they're like, I know they're at home, but I was like, okay, I think I'm going to ride with Vegas on this one. So I took them outright. I should have just taken them to cover. Fuck me. But I took them. And then I had damn it, why can't I fucking why is my Bovada not loading? Fuck. Oh yeah, I took Temple because they were a dog. It was like 1.5, and I thought, okay, I'm just gonna take Temple. They've been bad, but they can't be that bad. Like they're going up against the Tom Herman team, which by the way, they fired Tom Herman.
They did.
And then I took Liberty money line.
Wow.
Did you keep an eye on that game?
I did not. No.
Liberty UMass. Where do you go to look up the games? Like go look it up and look at the win probability graph real quick.
Did it look like the Packers-Bears one?
It was.
And stab me at the end of this, by the way.
No, that's okay. Basically, you take a look.
Fuck.
They were favored by 13.5.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was. I was sweating bullets keeping up with that game. I thought that was the one that I felt confident in too. Like UMass 2-8, Liberty was 13.5 point favorites. Like I went in like, okay, I'm just gonna bet them. Like they're 6-2. They're way better than this team. My God, dude, that was. UMass was up 20-7 going into halftime. I thought that this Liberty team. I'm never betting Liberty again. They are a joke. They're probably the most fraudulent team in college football. But yeah, no, it was. That's what my heart rate looked like. Was that win probability graph?
See, I didn't get to enjoy a full day of college football because I had a Friendsgiving to go to, which was amazing. Love all my buddies. I had to bake and cook all day though, so I didn't get to sit back and pig out over some college football.
Dude, it was an experience watching fucking Liberty.
That's what a sicko you are, by the way. Is that AAC? Is that Sunbelt? What is that?
Yeah, no. They're just some because they're
not. Yeah. Neither team are in a conference.
No, yeah, it's Liberty.
No, Liberty's in the Conference USA.
Either way, football. I fucking was just like, you know what? I'm just going to take it. They're 13.5 point favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was rough. Put a reminder in your calendar for Friday not to bet Liberty anymore.
I got you. I appreciate that.
That was rough.
Thanks for taking one for the team, by the way, buddy.
And fucking Georgia too, by the way. Georgia, that looked like it was in shambles the second the game started. Yeah. But anyway, college football playoff bracket. Oregon is still number 1, 11-0. Then you got at number 2, Ohio State, 9-1. Number 3 is Texas at 9-1. Penn State at 4. Indiana at 5.
Yep.
So they're still undefeated. Those are, let's see, the only undefeated teams left in the top 25 are Oregon, Indiana, and Army, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So then Notre Dame's at 6, Alabama at 7, Miami's at 8. Wow. And then Ole Miss at 9, Georgia at 10. Massive win for the Dogs at home. Tennessee at 11 and Boise State at 12. So that would be if the playoff bracket was set today, that is your college football playoff bracket.
Well, now technically left out one team out of the actual bracket.
Oh, would it be SMU?
Nope.
BYU?
So be BYU. So the bracket as it stands right now.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the top 25. I'm looking at the playoff ranking. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good. So the bracket as it breaks down, I wrote it down kind of all nicey.
So Miami's not in there, right? Oh, Miami is.
Yeah, because they'd be the highest ranked. They're the highest ranked conference champion technically because they're first in the ACC. But it'd be the 1 through 12 seeding wise would be Oregon, Texas, Miami.
I thought Clemson had to lose for them to. Is Pitt that had to lose?
Yeah, it was Pitt, and they lost twice.
Okay, I thought it was Clemson that had to lose to Pitt.
It was Pitt.
So it'd be right now SMU and Miami in the ACC.
Are the two, yep. So as it shakes down bracket-wise, it's Oregon 1, Texas 2, Miami 3, the next highest ranked conference champion would be?
Big 12 champion.
Mm-mm.
Army.
Mm-mm. Boise State. They are the number 12 team in the country. They're in the Mountain West.
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
They're the number 12 team in the country. They would be the next highest ranked conference champion. Because you're right. You have Ohio State at 2. Texas is 3rd ranked overall. Penn State.
Would Ohio State be number 5?
Yeah, Ohio State would be 5. Penn State 6. Okay. 7 would be Indiana. 8 would be Notre Dame. 9 would be Alabama. Then you would have Notre Dame's ranked 6th. Alabama's ranked 7th. So the seeds would be Notre Dame 8, Bama 9. 10 seed would be Ole Miss.
Alabama versus Ole Miss. Wow.
No. That'd be Ole Miss at Indiana.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
Yeah, we'd get.
Well, no, 8 and 9 play each other, right?
Yeah, so 8 and 9 ranking wise, 8 and 9 is Ole Miss and Miami. But in the seeding, Ole Miss is the 10 seed, Bama's the 9 seed, Notre Dame's the 8 seed. So here's how the first round games would shake out today. In the first round, we would have Bama at Notre Dame, BYU at Ohio State, Georgia at Penn State, and Ole Miss at Indiana. The winner of Bama and Notre Dame goes to Oregon. Winner of BYU Ohio State goes to Boise State. The winner of Georgia Penn State, which would be a fucking fantastic game, goes to Miami. And the winner of Ole Miss Indiana, which would also probably be an epic game, goes to Austin to play Texas. Dude. All right. I know I've said it a couple times on here. I was an idiot for thinking that this wouldn't be fun.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't think that it wouldn't be fun. I was an idiot for thinking that this would ruin the sanctity of college football because this, albeit he's not a player in it, which hurts my soul dearly, but this has been fucking epic.
It's been a lot of fun.
This has been so much fun.
And the Big 12, there's going to be some chaos.
Yeah. Colorado and BYU hold their own destiny right now.
And Kansas is playing spoiler.
Kansas is playing spoiler. That was fucking insane to see Kansas beat BYU like that.
Yeah. So Kansas been playing better. They've won 2 in a row now against good teams, or what we thought were good teams. BYU was kind of falling off a little bit, but still, for it the way that it did was insane in that game.
BYU has Arizona State this weekend, which Kenny Dillingham has that squad rolling.
Yeah. So Arizona State 24, Kansas State 14.
Which
Arizona State,
at halftime it looked like it was going to be probably Arizona State 40.
Arizona State probably the least talked about team in college football.
Did you see the Desmond Howard thing?
That was shameful.
That was almost made me throw up more than I did this morning.
What the fuck was he thinking?
I have no idea.
By saying that. It's
bad when Lee Corso's in a better place.
It was almost bad enough to where it's like, should he even be on College Game Day anymore? Like that was.
It's just pure neglect, man.
Well, and not surprising from the guy that had a playoff bracket with Texas A&M, Baylor, and Pitt in fucking 21 or 22.
You remember how close that wasn't? That was so bad, dude.
That was terrible. Like week 4. Oh,
bad.
By week 4, that was.
They were all not even terrible. One line. It was dead. Oh, hilarious!
Yeah, absolutely that was hilarious. Terrible. Which, by the way, credit to Dave Aranda. He stuck around. BYU is keeping him in 2025.
Hey, man. You might go get their offensive coordinator.
Spavital?
Yeah, Jake Spavital.
Yeah, that's definitely could happen. So, yeah, Georgia, they went up 2 spots. They were number 12 in the playoff rankings. Now they're number 10. I guess we can go ahead and talk about that game. Georgia, Tennessee.
Man.
Tennessee gets the ball first, and Heupel and Nico were dealing. I mean,
yeah,
the gears were turning. Nico looked so good in the first quarter. In certain moments, driving him down the field. Heupel called an awesome first half against that defense in Athens in that atmosphere. They were up early. It was 7-0, 10-0. I'm pretty sure.
Did he get to 10?
Well, again, I had to go hang out with Christian Brasher's brother for his birthday.
It did get to 10-0.
Yeah, because I mean, it started off. What they were at the goal line. They had, I think, Dylan Sampson ran it in. I don't remember who it was that ran it in, but they were up early. Carson Beck looked like Carson Beck had looked in the past few weeks. Just couldn't get anything going. I don't know. Is Carson Beck back? Did he find his swagger?
I think so. I don't know. I hesitate to say that he's back, but that Carson Beck looked like the one everyone thought was going to go number 1 overall in April.
If he plays like that the rest of the season, nobody's beating Georgia, right?
Correct. You might as well give them.
Yeah, like they would go into Eugene and beat Oregon, right?
They would go into anywhere and beat anybody.
If Carson Beck plays like that, okay.
You might. I'm not one to ever say this because I know how untrue it is, but at this rate, you might send those Georgia Bulldogs into Arlington and play Dallas. It's bad. But anyways, that right there was the best team in college football.
Yeah, they looked phenomenal in the third quarter. The defense was amazing in the second half. But dude, I've been very critical of Mike Bobo, their offensive coordinator. I mean, it doesn't feel like they scheme guys open.
Yeah.
He ran the same offense he's been running the past few weeks. Maybe it was just Carson Beck. That throw that he had to Delp between 2 safeties and a linebacker, the anticipatory throw, was
fantastic.
The best throw that anybody had made in college football this season. And that's not hyperbole when I say that. That was a phenomenal throw. And of course, credit to Delp for seeing it and making a play on the ball. But yeah, no, Georgia, when their backs are against the wall, I mean, you don't want to bet against Kirby Smart.
Well, I mean, that's exactly what happened. virtually nobody gave them a shot when they went into Texas, and they bullied Texas for most of that football game.
And then they went into Ole Miss, and I picked Ole Miss to win that game.
Yeah.
Neutral site, Carson Beck plays like that. Who wins?
Georgia.
Against Ole Miss. Against Ole Miss?
Yeah.
I think I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
And that's not to discredit Ole Miss. Ole Miss has turned it up at the end of the season, dude. They
No,
look good.
exactly. But the point goes back to the second half of that game. That's the best football team in the country.
The first half of Texas.
First half of Texas.
Second half against Bama.
I'm about to say the second half against Alabama, the first half against Texas. That's second half in Tennessee.
That's what's so frustrating about Georgia this season is like they are clearly the best team in college football if they were just consistent.
Yeah. Which is terrifying because it might not be close with anybody if they can figure out how to put it together.
Yeah. I mean, it's clear and obvious. It's apparent that their defense, they did what they needed to do, and Carson Beck, when he's dealing, he's good. That run, that touchdown run he had too, he's watch out for Georgia. I know we've been saying that after the Texas game, but like it's who do they have left? They got UMass and Georgia Tech.
We're just gonna walk into the fucking. Who's first in the SEC right now?
So let's break down each.
Oh shit! I didn't realize that's what we were looking at in the SEC right now. So SEC standings.
It's an absolute work of art, by the way.
Fucking beautiful. Sorry, you're rubbing a little bit of Italian off on me, man. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 teams right now with 1 or 2 losses in conference play in the SEC that could feasibly find themselves in Atlanta in 3 weeks.
Kind of
1
and
and 2 Texas A&M, who play each other.
So does Auburn need to beat Texas A&M and then Texas A&M beat Texas?
That would be amazing. Because here's how it shakes out now. If, say, they both win this week, and then Texas A&M beats Texas in College Station, Georgia is playing A&M for a conference title. Because Georgia has the ultimate tiebreaker.
And we need to spoil Alabama.
Yes.
Which isn't going to happen. But
now, listen to me here. South Carolina is 5-3 in conference. Does South Carolina just kind of sit back? Because they have no more conference games. Does South Carolina kind of just sit back, let chaos ensue, stumble into Atlanta? You know how fucking insane that would be?
What needs to happen? Oklahoma needs to beat Alabama.
Oklahoma would need to beat Alabama.
Auburn needs to beat Texas A&M.
Everyone would pretty much have to lose.
Kentucky would need
Alabama still holds a tiebreaker against South Carolina.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's technically it's possible, but everybody in front of South Carolina would have to lose 1 or 2 games.
It's just it's a messy masterpiece.
Oh,
yeah.
What is it? What is it? The fucking what record would Cincinnati need to? How good could Cincinnati be and not make the playoffs? Huh?
Yeah. Okay. Well, so from Saturday, from the SEC, Texas 20, Arkansas 10, way too close for comfort for Steve Sarkisian.
Yeah, man.
Their offense. Credit Arkansas's defense. They've been pretty good all year, but
it's like I've been beating the drum on it for longer than the 2 years we've been doing this podcast, or I guess over a year that we've been doing this podcast. But Quinn Ewers crumbles.
He can't move anymore, dude. That oblique is still bothering him. Now, you got to give credit where credit's due. He put together a scoring drive at the end that they needed. So
Yeah, and then their last, I will say that fucking Kent State bastards. To ice the
yeah,
game, they had a 6-minute, 55-second drive where Quinn Ewers had to get a fourth down conversion, and he ran for it. So
yeah.
they do it when it matters, but I don't know, man. I don't trust Texas. Their defense, I trust wholeheartedly.
It's like almost after they beat Michigan, it was like, yeah, no, this team is different. Their defense is really good. Alfred Collins is a dog, but I don't know, man. I don't know if I trust Quinn Ewers. I trust the rest of their offense. I trust their team and Steve Sarkisian.
Thought experiment. If we're looking at the SEC, how many quarterbacks do you take ahead of Quinn Ewers?
So Jalen Milroe, Carson Beck, which I don't even know. Like,
yeah, at this point, that's a toss-up.
Yeah,
right now.
Like it depends on the Carson Beck that we get. So I'm taking Carson Beck versus Tennessee. Carson Beck.
Yeah.
Jackson
Dart.
Yeah, Jackson Dart. Lenore Sellers.
Lenore Sellers.
Yeah,
Brady Cook.
Which Brady Cook are we going to get?
The Brady Cook that almost won that game for Missouri. But see, here's the thing. If you're getting the best of Beck and Cook, do you take either one of them over the best of Quinn Ewers? I still think you take – I
think you take the best of Quinn Ewers over Brady Cook, over the best of Brady Cook.
You take the best of Carson Beck over Quinn Ewers.
You take the best of Carson Beck over the best of Quinn Ewers, but you take the best of Quinn Ewers over the best of Brady Cook.
Okay. Nussmeier.
Which Nussmeier are we getting?
Yeah. Jackson. No, I'm playing. DJ Lagway.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lagway's had some moments this season where that guy's going to be – he's got a bright future. He's an absolute dog.
Yeah.
And I said after the spring game that they should start him.
Yeah.
That, like, just put the kid out there. Like, you know, it's a good thing that they waited till the team got better.
Yeah, fuck, I know. So they could keep Billy Napier's job.
I would take Quinn Ewers over Nico. Yeah. I would take him over Jackson Arnold. Right now, we'll see how both of Jackson Arnold and Nico look next year.
Connor Wegman and Marcel Reed. I think
right now it's just like Jalen. Yeah, I think right now it's the best of Carson Beck, Lenore Sellers, and Jalen Milroe.
And Jackson Dart.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I take it. So middle of the road quarterback in the conference. Above average.
Yeah.
Above average.
Yeah. And he was ranked like number 2 coming into the season. It's just, he looks really fucking good to start the season, and then everything just kind of breaks down. He didn't really look that good against Oklahoma, and Oklahoma's offense was so terrible that they couldn't do anything.
Did you see the stat that this season OU's defense has played more than any other defense around the country? They've been on the field more than any other defense.
Yeah, doesn't surprise me. We're a joke on offense. We had Texas 20, Arkansas 10, Auburn 48, UL Monroe 14, Kentucky 48, Murray State 6, Alabama 52, Mercer 7, Georgia 31, Tennessee 17, Texas A&M 38, New Mexico State 3, South Carolina 34, Missouri 30.
That's a hell of a game.
It looked like South Carolina was going to absolutely run away with that game. Sellers basically just did whatever he wanted. It kind of played out the way we thought it was going to play out until the second half.
Yeah.
And then credit Missouri that team was fighting. Those helmets are terrible though. They should never wear those again.
You don't like the yellow script Missouri helmet, man?
That was whoever came up with that idea needs to be fired. That was awful.
Oh shit! Cleveland, the Cavs about to lose their first game of the season.
I know.
Sorry,
That's crazy.
completely off topic.
No, they were undefeated. Yeah, I mean
They're
that's
14-0 until probably in about 30 seconds. But anyways,
I saw somebody somebody had tweeted and it was like the most important days in Cavs history, and it was like January 20th, 2016, or like when they won the final. It was it July? I don't
yeah,
remember when
it
it
would have been
was. Yeah.
July.
Yeah. It was like July 6th, 2016, and then fucking uh November 18th, 2024, or something like that. Oh yeah. How about Rocket Sanders at the end of that game?
Yeah, man.
He was grown man football. Brady Cook had the dime to fucking Luther Burden. That guy,
Yeah.
Luther Burden's incredible. I'm surprised he won't be the first receiver taken in the draft.
Oh, 100%.
That
I don't.
he's not going to be, and he should be.
I don't know who you take over him.
Travis Hunter. You get two players you get two positions for one player.
You do, but
There's going to be a team that's going to take McMillan too over Luther Burden.
Tedder Millen is a beast, and then you got the dudes at LSU as well.
I think I'm taking Luther Burden. I don't know. I'll do my wide receiver breakdowns at the end.
Yeah.
So, Florida 27, LSU 16. Let's give our props to Billy Napier.
Yeah.
It looked like they made a terrible decision to sign an extension for him. I mean, their defense looked so fucking good this game. They were after Nussmeier. Nussmeier was rattled. He couldn't do anything. Like, there was nobody open. He was getting harassed. I mean, they were bullying LSU's offense. And so, I don't know.
Does it give you hope that the running quarterback that LSU struggled with all season? Does it give you hope for November 30th?
Michael Hawkins?
Yeah.
We'll see what they end up doing. So no reason not to play both guys at this point.
I agree.
But yeah, no. Lagway had some incredible throws in this game. How much did you keep up with this game?
I didn't get a whole lot. I kind of caught the end of it.
Did you see the pass? Did you see Lagway's throw to get him in the 1 yard line?
Yes, I did. Sorry, I had to think about it. Yes, I did.
That was one of the best throws I've ever seen a true freshman make. That's like Caleb Williams and Red River type. Yeah. Caleb Williams, Red River, and then DJ Lagway in this game.
Yeah.
Like he was incredible. And Florida, like I said, I want to credit them in the swamp. The fans needed it. Billy Napier needed it. I'm kind of starting to see the vision with Billy Napier a little bit. They got some.
Amazing what happens when you give a coach some time, man.
Yeah, we were kind of off of him. I bought in after they hired him. I was like, you know what? If they're gonna fire Dan Mullen, a really good coach for this guy, like they must see something in him. It hasn't been there yet, but this game is kind of like the next step, you know?
Yeah.
So, and then LSU. The reason that we even bring up LSU for this game is the train that I've been on ever since the guy was hired at LSU to take over as the head coach. Are they going to fire him?
No. They should, but they're not going to.
Is it because of Bryce Underwood? They got the number one quarterback, number one corner, number one running back.
I feel like people are still holding on to the fact that they went into the SEC championship game his first year. I don't hold on to that, but I feel like there's way too much stock that he's gotten for that.
Yeah. What would you do if you're LSU?
There's
a buyout.
There is a buyout. I'd have to. Well, LSU is not worried about paying a buyout.
You're damn right about that. They've been playing. They've probably been paying Les Miles since his departure.
Yeah. They are not worried.
They don't give a shit about pay.
No.
Yeah,
they'll sell enough gator and shrimp to get over that buyout.
Yeah, no kidding. They're still paying Coach O, Les Miles, all those guys. So.
I think what you're more so worried about is
it's not a good fit.
It's not a good fit.
He doesn't look like he likes being there anymore. He hears everything. He's on the sideline making that dumb face. Like he hates it there. The fans hate him.
You see him getting in with that player?
Yes.
You're more in tune with the program than I am, just because I don't keep up with the LSU at all. How's the recruiting class?
Bryce Underwood.
Is it worth keeping him around to save that class?
I think you hope to see. Dude, Bryce Underwood's tape is amazing.
Well, yeah.
His tape is really fucking good. Got some stuff he's got to work on. All high school quarterbacks have stuff that they have to work on, but his tape looks pretty damn good from what I've seen. Big arm, 5-star, consensus best quarterback in college football. Then they got the best running back. They got the number 1 running back coming in behind Cade Durham. They got the number 1 corner. They got the number 1 corner.
Don't they have like 2 of the top 5 corners in the country or some shit?
They got the number 1 corner. Devin Sanchez, Ohio State's number 2. I think they have like the number 3 or number 4 corner behind the number 1 corner. So they've got the skill position. I don't know, man. Like, I guess you have to. You're right. You probably have to keep Brian Kelly, but it just isn't a good fit.
Yeah. Still never made sense to me when they did it. And obviously we've had that conversation a few times.
It made perfect sense to Colin Cowherd. He nutted when he heard the announcement.
He's a fucking genius, man. He knows everything.
God, dude. Yeah. He's a Midwest guy. Like he tried to put on the fake accent at the basketball game. He did the recruiting videos. I mean, it's just
it's funny is winning.
I hate Brian Kelly. I've never fucking liked Brian Kelly, even when he was at Notre Dame. And I'm happy that Notre Dame looks like a fucking wagon this year.
I've never even really been that big a fan of Chip Kelly, to be honest.
He's not as bad. Brian Kelly, good coach.
I like Chip more, but I'm still not.
Yeah, I don't know.
Big on another one.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. We'll see what ends up happening there. But credit to Florida. That was an awesome win for them. They needed that. Play spoiler. So, is Brian Kelly fired if Oklahoma if we beat them?
If we beat him, I don't know that he makes it out of the stadium alive.
Yeah.
They might kill him in the fucking locker room.
LSU fans are nervous for that game, and I'm like, the fact that you're nervous for Oklahoma, which a lot of them aren't, but there's a few of them that are, and it's like let me tell you right now, you should not be nervous for that game.
No.
You should be just fine playing Oklahoma. They are having a bad year. There were even tweets from Oklahoma. Like there was one, and it was like, if Oklahoma comes into Death Valley and beats us, feed Brian Kelly to the fake tiger they brought into the stadium. OU fans on Twitter are like, well, trust me, buddy, that's not going to happen.
First of all, let's get Oklahoma to Baton Rouge. Let's just get into the fucking stadium first.
Yeah.
I did want to bring this up, but we kind of skipped over it. It's my bad because I totally wanted to. Thoughts and prayers going out with Julie Venables and the Venables family.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that. They announced back in March, I believe, that her cancer had gone into remission, and it was back in May, and she's had another surgery to remove a tumor. So hopefully, the First Lady of Oklahoma football is doing well. I don't want to see, and most Oklahoma fans aren't like this. I haven't seen anything on Twitter, but I just know how Oklahoma fans can get when people start losing. There's no reason to bring any of that shit up. You can talk about the football team. You can talk about whatever you want outside of Ms. Venables.
Yeah,
she's a sweet
that
lady.
would be pathetic. I haven't seen anything like that either.
I haven't either. But God damn it, if I do, just know I'll find out who you are. I'll fucking hunt you down.
That's college football fandom, buddy.
It's college football fandom, but that shit does not fly. Anyways, carry on.
Yeah, so those are the games from the SEC. Big 12.
Oregon was in a close one, man.
Yeah, we can go ahead and talk about Big 10 real quick. Let's take a look.
Penn State 49-10 over Purdue. Did you see the Purdue receiver catch it behind the back pylon?
Yeah.
It's tough. That's a tough one.
Come on, that's film stuff, buddy. You
got to know. As a receiver, you got to know where you're out on the field.
Kind of a scary one to start for Ohio State at Wrigley Field. Northwestern up 7-0 to start.
Yeah, well, just like all Chicago teams in Wrigley, it just falls apart.
Yeah. Well, they took care of business in the second half. So, yeah, Ohio State 31, Northwestern 7. Illinois was in a dogfight with Michigan State for a little while, but they came out and blew them away 38-16. Mm-hmm. You're right, Penn State 49, Purdue 10, USC 28, Nebraska 20. The fall off for Nebraska.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Oregon, Wisconsin, like I said, 16-13. Wisconsin had them in a dogfight, man.
Yeah, and
I did not foresee that at all.
You got to give Oregon a pass because every number one team does this, where like they have like a sleepy game. They go in there. Alabama. This is the only team that I can think of that never had like a number one clear cut best team in college football that didn't have a sleepy game was 2020 Bama. And they kind of did against Florida in the SEC championship. Yeah. It was an absolute dogfight. 2019 LSU against Auburn, 23-20 in Jordan-Hare was kind of one of those so like every team has that where it's just like they go in, like they don't play their best and like they just do what they need to do to win and get out of there.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something. We credit a lot of Dan Lanning this season with some of the quote-unquote genius moves that he's made, like the 12 men on the field and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the stuff that he did in this game were head-scratchers.
Yeah.
Like, he needs to stop doing that. Like, it got him in trouble last season. Against the first game against Washington. It's for the field goal rather than like some of the play calling some of the things that they did at the end of that very first game against Washington last season. Some of the coaching mistakes that he made in the Pac-12 championship last year, like he's trying to chase a high. That's what it looks like. Does it not? Like everybody's credited him like 12 men on the field, genius, fake punt, genius. Like
I kind of see what you're getting at. It feels, and also in the same vein, it feels like he's still a first-time head coach, and a young head coach that's just learning through some of this stuff.
Yeah.
Which some of the bigger issues. Yeah, I know. Some of the bigger issues though that most people come across with first-time head coaches or new head coaches or inexperienced is game and time management type stuff.
Beamer
management, that's been some of the harder things that most coaches learn. So it might just be part of the process of him going through it. He's a fantastic fucking coach, but you're right. I mean, he's got to get it down, or else when it really fucking matters in December or January, it's going to bite him in the ass.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, no, just sleepy game. Hey, the Badgers, man. I mean, they put up a tough fight, tough physical football team, not a very good football team. Yeah, they're basically just, Tommy Walker and hope that he gets you what you need to win a game. But yeah, Dylan Gabriel, weird throw on the interception. Like
I didn't see that, but I heard it just looked kind of off.
Yeah,
some of what he did.
But they were able to run the ball well, so they escaped. Every team is under my belt. You're allowed 2 escape games.
Okay.
Unless you're the number one team. If you're the number one team in college football, you're allowed 1 escape game because you need to be able to clearly set yourself apart if you're the number one team. So
that escape game is supposed to set you back straight to come back and
And so the game where they're gonna have to take care of business against Washington on not this Saturday but next Saturday because they have a bye this week. So, do you have any thoughts on the Big Ten?
No,
are we done with Miller Moss now that Maava won a game?
Yeah. I do think that
he didn't look bad.
He didn't. But as much as I love Penn State, it just feels so fraudulent.
With Penn State?
You have to me, I have to see them beat a big time football team for me to believe it.
They got the quarterback to do it. I think Drew Allers looked really good this season.
Yeah,
I know it's kind of against teams, but he was not looking good against teams last season.
So do you still think that Penn State? Well, I still think Penn State would beat Indiana, right? Because everyone's made a lot of talk about Indiana's schedule being ridiculously soft and easy. Indiana's got a hot State in a couple of years.
Let's wait till that game to make any declarations if Penn State could beat Indiana.
That is a very fair point. But like we talked about it, the 12-team playoff was built for teams like Penn State, right?
Yeah.
Get yourself
not even in the bracket.
Yeah, they are.
Are they in the bracket?
Yeah, they're the 6th seed. Or 14th in the country.
Yeah.
Georgia would go to Penn State, which would be fucking insane.
Happy Valley. They would need to do another whiteout just for that
they'd
game.
have to.
It would have to be another whiteout.
And then Fox would find some way to fucking broadcast it at noon, those bastards. But
you know what? Fuck it. Just fuck TV rights. Give that to ESPN, ABC.
I completely agree. But I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just one of those the Big Ten's been fun. I still think it's Oregon and Ohio State's conference. But if Indiana walks through this thing undefeated, there's no reason Indiana should not be able to beat Oregon.
What does that do to Ohio State? If
Indiana goes through, beats Ohio State, and beats Oregon, they're the number 1 team in the country, right?
What does that do to Ohio State?
They can't make the playoff.
No, I'm talking big picture. Ryan Day.
Oh. That's a tough question. That's a good question.
Guess who they're losing in the draft next year?
That burner turns up a little bit more. With
guess
everything
who
that goes
they're
wrong.
losing in the draft next year? Lots of guys.
Yeah.
Tuimalalu or whatever the fuck his name is, Sawyer,
Donovan
Jackson.
No, I'm sure.
Yeah. Fucking.
They got to figure out quarterback.
Who's the guy that they have committed?
No idea.
Almost said Julian Sayin, but I don't know.
I have no idea.
Is it Julian Sayin, the guy that's committed to Bama? Sayin?
Think so.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't been watching recruiting as much as I usually do because I'm just hoping and praying to God that I don't have to look at it because everyone's just committed to OU's class. Yeah.
So, what does that do to Ohio State? That's
like I said.
And Signetti we didn't talk about this, but Signetti got the contract. So
he did. He's locked in.
He's taking care of.
What is it? Almost $8 million a year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Deserves it.
Does.
So with that being said, Kenny Dillingham.
Got to pay him.
Got to pay him.
At 100%. Least double what he's getting now.
Yeah. Which is crazy that we're having the conversation about Ryan Day because he's been such a good coach. Like he's only lost to Michigan, really. And then in the playoffs, Bama in the national championship and then Georgia.
Yeah, I mean, but Ohio State, it's kind of.
Oh, and obviously Dan Lanning too is the coach he lost to.
Yeah, it's kind of like Oklahoma, right? The expectations are so much greater than just getting there. You know what I mean? So, with every day now, I don't think Ryan Day should be fired. I think he's a fantastic coach. But
Real
at the
quick,
end of the day,
let's why don't we lower the bar a little bit now that we're in the SEC because these teams just beat the fuck out of each other.
Yeah, no, that is true. That is true. But
how about 10 wins is a good season?
I think 9 wins. If we'd have won 8 this year with that fucking team, god damn. If we win 6 this year, I'll fucking cry.
I know, man. Rough season. Rough
season. It wouldn't be so bad if Texas wasn't so good. That's what hurts more.
They're losing a lot of guys too, so we'll see how they end up bouncing back. I think they're doing really good in recruiting, really good. So
yeah, OU's about the same level as Texas is in recruiting, though. They're pretty comparable.
not enough 5 stars. Yeah. And when we do, we can't fucking develop them.
Yeah.
So okay, Big 10. That's enough of that. Big 12. The Big 12. Colorado, Utah. So Colorado 49, Utah 24. Utah had statistically the best defense in the Big 12, and Colorado went in there and
said, "Fuck you, not anymore."
Yeah, Shedeur Sanders does not get enough credit. I mean, it was rough early. But yeah, I mean, it's so crazy that Zach Wilson's cousin plays for Utah.
I know, and he looks like Zach Wilson did as a Jet, which we'll get into this because I want to bring this up. But Wilson maybe wasn't so bad in the NFL.
Zach Wilson bad, or did he play for the Jets?
Yeah, exactly.
His BYU tape is unbelievable.
Oh, it was nasty, dude.
Yeah.
I wonder what his BYU Black Book looked like. All the moms had to be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, he had a Bible. He wouldn't do nothing like that.
But yeah, no, Colorado they took care of business. They did what they needed to do.
Are they the best team in the Big 12 now?
You would have to make a strong case that they're not the best team in the Big 12. So, and credit to Deion Sanders and Shedeur and Travis Hunter and all those guys after the season they had last year to, bounce back. Baylor 49, West Virginia 35. Baylor won 4 straight.
Yeah.
West Virginia. Do we need to have the conversation about Neil Brown?
I know this, but we probably do.
Look, we're honest. We had the conversation about Brent Venables.
Yeah.
Neil Brown. Why did he go back to Garrett Green?
I don't know.
I don't know. The other guy's just better. Who knows? 2-quarterback system. Arizona State 24, Kansas State 14. Yeah, Arizona State. They're for real. That was ugly.
Like we said, don't let Desmond Howard lie to you.
That was ugly until like the end of the third quarter.
Yeah.
24-0. They dominated Kansas State.
Yeah.
I mean, it was 24-14 with still like 12 minutes to go in the game. It wasn't particularly close. And Avery Johnson, just another guy.
Yeah, it certainly seems that way. Did you see Kleiman's post-game press conference?
Yeah, I know.
Depressing.
He loves that team. He feels bad. Shouldn't have. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Shouldn't have changed the philosophy on offense.
Yeah.
So I think that would have fit Avery Johnson's style. He's athletic as hell.
Yeah.
You do that and have a little bit of RPO, like some designed RPO to get him used to reading the defense a little bit, but set him up with some easy layups, man. It just looks too complicated for him. Like he's not processing the field. And I don't know if he's as bad. We'll see what happens next year.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Kansas State was my favorite. I was way off. Right now, the 2 best teams in the Big 12 are Colorado and Arizona State.
Yeah. What is
obviously BYU's the top ranked team.
Ranked wise, yeah, it's BYU, Colorado, Arizona State, Iowa State are really the 4 teams that still have their name in this thing. Oklahoma State's 0-7 in conference play. They've been outscored 108 points in conference play.
Yeah, Gundy, he's got a lot to work out next year.
Yeah. I will say this.
There's going to be very low expectations, and then he's going to have a 10-win season.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? The state of Oklahoma, maybe it is a good thing that we're not playing Bedlam this year because I don't know that the state could handle that.
That would be
shit show.
Cover your eyes Don't watch this game.
I said it on Twitter. I said someone asked a few weeks ago into the season. They were like, maybe we should have played Bedlam this year, or they were like, who wins, OU or OSU? And I was like, I don't give a fuck. Just make them play in the middle of fucking I-35 during rush hour, just right in the middle of the fucking highway.
Make them play for like, hey, whoever wins just can get like a Brahms ice cream cone.
It's not even gonna have ice cream in it. It's the waffle cone.
Yeah,
that's all you get.
Shit in the cup. Here you go. This is what your season's been.
Yeah,
they've been
disgusting.
Iowa State 34, Cincinnati 17. Maybe Kansas just plays spoiler the rest of the season. Kansas 17, BYU 13. Because guess who they got next?
Who's that?
Colorado.
That'd be fun.
Mm-hmm.
That would be fun.
Daniels didn't play particularly well either, and their defense played really good against BYU. The BYU had a pretty bad game as well.
He did.
So just not up to the standard of BYU quarterbacks. That is Zach Wilson.
Yeah. Not up to the. What other good fucking quarterback did they have come through? They've had a couple, right?
Did they?
BYU. I swear they've had. Yeah, Steve Young played at BYU.
Oh yeah, Steve Young
and Jim McMahon.
And
Ty Detman.
What did I forget? Fucking Robbie Bosco and Jim McMahon. Wow.
Steve Sarkisian. No way, that didn't happen. Okay, BYU Athletics has a quarterback factory page. Take that down.
Steve Sarkisian played at BYU.
He did, didn't he?
Yeah. So BYU, quarterback U. Yeah. Jim McMahon. I can't believe I forgot that. Like, I'm terrible. Jim McMahon.
Well, they wear the light blue. They wear that.
The most non-BYU quarterback. If you know anything about the history of Jim McMahon,
that'd be like if Joe Namath was a BYU quarterback. Broadway Joe.
No, that's like Manziel at BYU.
Yeah, it's perfect actually. It's entirely too good.
Yeah. Jim McMahon can win a Super Bowl, unlike Johnny Manziel. But yeah, Arizona 27, Houston 3. I don't know what to make of Arizona, to be honest. Like, they're just the most up and down team in the Big 12.
Yeah.
They're blowing they beat the shit out of Utah and now Houston after getting their backs blown out to fucking who did Arizona lose to that it was just like, how the hell did you lose to this team? It was at the beginning of the season. It was when when we thought Texas Tech was bad and they lost to Texas Tech 20-22, and it was like, yeah, Arizona stinks.
Yeah.
And then they got shit on by BYU and fucking Colorado.
Yeah, they're 2-5 in conference. They got their ass kicked by UCF.
Back when that's another one when UCF realized, KJ Jefferson, not the guy.
Yeah, it's just.
Who else are we missing? Pac-12 is no longer in existence. ACC's
been fun. The ACC has been fun. The fact that SMU is the only undefeated team in the ACC right now.
We were big on SMU.
We were. It makes me happy.
We know football. We know ball.
Yeah, it's SMU 1, Clemson 2, Miami 3 in the ACC. I don't think Clemson has another. Yeah, Clemson's done with ACC play.
I almost picked Clemson money line too.
Yeah,
I'm glad I didn't because that was stressful to watch.
Yeah,
that was very fucking stressful to watch at the end of that game.
Yeah, that fucking that run at the end was pretty insane.
Clemson 24, Pitt 20, Syracuse 33, Cal 25, Notre Dame 35, Virginia 14. That game was very ugly.
God, how the fuck did BYU beat SMU, man?
BYU, man.
BYU. SMU's got Virginia and California left.
They should win both.
Clemson's done with ACC play. They have the Citadel and South Carolina, which looks like it's going to be a hell of a game on rivalry weekend.
Let me ask you, who do you think the most under-talked about player in college football is?
First of all, I think Cade Klubnik, has not gotten a lot of talk.
And he's been playing really fucking good lately.
He has.
Except for Louisville.
Well, what's his name? Kevin Jennings has been fucking balling at SMU.
So that was one guy that I had on my list is Kevin Jennings. And I don't really know how, if you watch SMU, like it's just kind of dink and dunks. And then there's just a couple throws that he makes over the middle sometimes that you're like they've got something with him.
Yeah.
But a lot of it is just like downfield runs. I mean, they pick up yardage, but it's not like him making vertical passing threats. He's not like a vertical passing threat, but how about
sufficient? How
about Castellanos? Deep left field. No, I'm just kidding. He no longer with the team. Grayson James took over as quarterback.
Yeah, that feels
odd.
Yeah, that feels like a.
Do you feel like that was kind of like
the team right now?
Yeah, that was kind of. I feel bad for Thomas Castellanos.
I do too.
But SMU's got it rolling 38-28 against Boston College. Stanford 38, Louisville 35. I don't know what to make of Louisville. North Carolina 31, Wake Forest 24. I kept they had the Virginia Notre Dame game on while I was trying to watch Missouri, South Carolina, and LSU, Florida. I couldn't take my eyes away from the screen just because it's 4 games at once on YouTube TV.
Yeah,
Notre Dame just punished them. Like it was not even remotely close. That game should have been way worse. They took their foot off the gas.
Notre Dame has Army this week and USC to close the season.
Army.
Taking Army?
No. Listen, troops, we need you.
Listen up.
Hey.
There's a bigger spread in this game than there was. Oh, where do I want to go with this? There's a bigger spread in this game than there would be round 2, United States and Japan. Okay.
Yeah.
We won that one pretty convincingly, a couple 100,000. So how about the Black Knights get some shit together? And they just dropped their Army Navy uniforms, by the way. You see that? Those things are pretty, so beautiful.
I like when the troops are styling, man.
Let's get the fucking troops together and let's go beat some fucking Catholics, man.
I wish fucking they would have pulled their head out of their ass when they were playing Tulane and won that game because that would have been so much more impactful. Because it's going to be Tulane and Army in the American Conference.
Yeah, no, Navy got the fuck kicked out of them by Tulane.
Yeah. Joe Craddock, Darian Mensah. I like that in Norman.
I would love that in Norman. They look pretty good in Norman. They played pretty well in Norman.
I need to ask you something.
What's up, man?
Kent State.
Fuck off, man.
38-10. They need you.
They do, man. They do. I just put together back-to-back. I had the number 1 recruiting class last season. I just finished with the number 10 recruiting class.
How'd you do that? I can't even get the number 1 recruiting class at fucking Bama.
Because we're winning Big Ten titles, dog.
You took him out of the MAC?
Yeah.
Wow.
Shame me if you want, but we're winning Big Ten titles, baby. I had to get my conference prestige up somehow.
Fucking hate Penn State so much. The number 1 quarterback, 5-star, Josh Allen build, big fucking I had him, and Penn State took him from right underneath me.
Oh, it's tough. I just signed the number 1, the number 3, and the number 5 defensive tackle in the country.
I don't know how you're fucking doing it.
And
I can't get it at Bama.
My redshirt freshman elite tight end just had his training for his first offseason, went from a 77 overall to a 93.
Wow.
Yeah. Things are looking good in Kent, Ohio for me. Not for them though. They're getting their fucking heads kicked in every goddamn weekend.
Yeah.
But this guy, I just canceled all. I was gonna get me a Kent State hoodie. But now it looks like I need to get a Kent State dad hoodie because someone needs to go in there and raise these fuckers.
Which, by the way, I need to figure out what to do with this TCU windbreaker.
You do. So. You do. Just go donate it. That's what a Christian would do, right?
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, dude. Come on now.
Texas Christian University.
Any other college games you want to get into? How about this? Sam Houston State's 8-2. Kennesaw State's 1-9. But did you see that Kennesaw State fired their fucking head coach?
I liked that he was still there to dap up all the players. Like
I did too. I thought that was amazing, but that's bullshit.
Kind of bullshit to fire him. Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't like that at all. You could tell that team loved him, and like he did everything he could to, was he? How long had he been there? He'd been there forever, dude.
He'd been there for a while. He helped him transition up through college football.
I know.
Get into the FBS. They had obviously been doing something right.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I thought that was a bad fire, but I guess but not a tough. You beat Liberty. I should have known not to pick Liberty after Kennesaw State.
Hey, it worked out for you.
Walked into their home, dragged their nuts across the table, opened their fridge, fucking ate all their food.
It worked out for you.
So Ashton Genty, like, are we kind of cheering for Boise State and Colorado to get in the playoffs to see the two best players in college football?
That'd be pretty fucking amazing.
Because looks like Genty just can't be stopped. No matter.
They scored another 40 points this weekend, didn't they?
He, I don't know if you were watching the game against San Jose State.
No, but I did see that San Jose State fucking running back run straight through that Boise State linebacker.
Here's the thing with Genty. He's starting to break down.
Is he?
He's starting to break down. The amount of carries he's getting per game, I think NFL teams are going to look at that too. Like, he's got injured this season. He's got a future in the NFL, dude. He's been good his 3 years at Boise State where he's playing.
Average 25 carries a game.
He's averaging how many rushing yards per game? Over 100? Feels like.
I was definitely over 100. 180 something. 189 yards a game. And over a touchdown a game. He's got 26 touchdowns in the season. 7.4 yards per carry.
I wouldn't be mad if he won the Heisman.
No, I would. I've been backing it the whole time. I've wanted him to win.
Like, it should be between him and Travis Hunter. Like, that's
100% agree. Don't even send anyone else to New York.
Shedeur. I think both those guys need to be in New York. Shadeur's had a hell of a season.
I just don't want to see Dion in New York.
Really?
I don't know, man. I got
How do you not like Dion, dude?
I love Dion. I just got tired of the Dion shit after last year. Kind of over it.
You just don't like fun. This guy doesn't like fun.
Blame it on the Packers fan for not liking fun. Right? Isn't that what you always say?
Yeah, that's true. Washington State goes down to New Mexico. New Mexico 38, Washington State 35.
That was...
And yet Mateer, I like that guy a lot.
Yeah.
What do you think about him and Norman?
I don't think it would work out.
You know who I want? You know who I'm a big fan of?
Who's that?
Their tight end, Andre Dollar.
Oh, yeah.
Andre Dollar. I like him a lot. They need to get him more involved. They're not getting him involved like they should. I'm telling you, that guy, I played with him in college football. He's legit.
Okay. Yeah.
He's the guy. I'm telling you, at tight end.
I could see John Mateer though. I could see it.
If you're gonna hire Washington State's offensive coordinator, if you bring Mateer in, I want Andre Dollar. Go ahead and bring Andre Dollar over with you.
I agree.
And scheme that guy open.
Let's do it.
And I'm basing this all off of the college football game.
Well, I mean, it's completely accurate, obviously.
Yeah.
Any other college games you want to get into?
I think that's it, man. NFL time?
NFL time. I do want to stop it right here. Thunder are in a fucking battle with the Spurs in the NBA Cup game right now. Russo's finally back, but the Thunder still don't have a center. So, and I don't know what the city of Oklahoma City has done to PJ Washington. But do we need to issue like a public apology or something? Like, can he fucking quit?
I couldn't tell you. I have no fucking idea. He just beats. We can't beat PJ Washington.
He's been on the Linsanity run only against Oklahoma City. He doesn't do it to literally anybody else.
Yeah. No, the guy's absolutely
how
nails. He's nails on a chalkboard when he plays anybody else. He is a bowl of nails for breakfast when he has to play fucking Oklahoma City. He just every shot goes in.
Tom Brady, you can like break down his career, and he has multiple different Hall of Fame careers in different decades and playing for different teams, right? PJ Washington is not shit in NBA history, but he has a Hall of Fame career against the Oklahoma City.
It's insane. Credit him. He knows how to beat Oklahoma City.
The two worst things that have ever happened to the Oklahoma City Thunder that go in the Oklahoma City Thunder anti-Hall of Fame is that fucking Thunder Up movie they made with KD or Thunderstruck, whatever the fuck movie it was with KD that I definitely paid for and watched when I was fucking 7. So it was KD and my dad paid for it. And fucking PJ Washington. Bastards, all of them.
And LeBron James.
Yeah, fuck LeBron James.
Yeah, fuck LeBron.
Anyways, yes. So the NFL, I have some interesting things that I've actually written down. I've come prepared for you for this. Usually it's you with all the notes and everything on NFL football. I, throughout the process of this podcast and earlier today, I've been at home puking my guts up. Got some interesting little nuggets and little tidbits on the NFL.
I've had diarrhea this weekend.
Yeah, dude, it's been bad. We're about to have diarrhea on Saturday. I'll show you fucking lose to Alabama. But anyway,
I'm gonna have to tweet. I'm gonna have to fake like my account, like my Twitter got hacked.
Did you? Yeah. Thank God I haven't bet my asshole or eating dog shit this year on fucking Twitter. I did bet strapping a bomb to my chest. And,
we're still waiting on that.
Waiting on the Taliban to clear me so I can join their cool little group. I do want to go ahead and start off here because we didn't get to talk about it. Battle for first place in the NFC East was this past Thursday. Another decent Thursday night football game. This one wasn't that great. It was kind of garbage time. The Eagles really dominated through most of it. I got it down there. Commanders kind of on a come down. Maybe they just had a really easy schedule there for a little while.
You can make the argument. They played well. I don't know. I mean, they played these teams competitively. I mean, I know the end of the game against the Eagles, it was kind of a shit show where, I mean, the Eagles, they couldn't do shit on offense. Like they were bottling up Barkley. Jalen Hurts looked terrible in the first half. He was god awful, but then they came back and win. All right, Eagles 26, Commanders 18. Let me ask you.
Sorry, AJ Mitchell just hit a transition 3. Sorry.
Is James Daniels hurt? Is that what we're going to blame it on? Because he did look hurt. Like he did have a rib injury. Apparently he fucked up his hand too.
Yeah, I don't know. I put more of the blame on the fact that
Cliff Kingsbury in November.
I'm stealing this 100% from Twitter, but someone said Jalen Hurts walked into that game dressed like Kamala Harris. I think he just fucked everything up. I think he just fucked up the whole order of the game. But no, I do think injuries have something to play with it, or something, some factor, right? They obviously do. Obviously, the epic or the infamous shit down the leg moments that Cliff Kingsbury teams have had in late season. I think it's a culmination of a lot of things. I think it's a culmination of the fact that the Commanders have kind of been a piece together team. First year under a new head coach, new OC. They have talent and they have skill players everywhere. But Brian Robinson's been beat to hell. Jaden Daniels has gotten hurt last couple of weeks. And then their offense just hasn't been as consistent when you don't have all your pieces. And then they're playing a team like the Eagles who, they have the exciting whites. They really do. And Cooper DeJean has been fantastic, and so has Quinion Mitchell.
You mean Blankenship?
Yes. Well, I'm saying just Quinion Mitchell has been amazing.
He played himself into a top 5 corner this season. And that's the Vic Fangio defense. Like their defense, like they've got all the pieces. They built everything.
By the way, that's a Maction cornerback, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Maction. Damn right, Toledo. A couple of them out there. The Maction, they have diamonds in the rough, dude. Khalil Mack at Buffalo. Yeah. Max Crosby, Eastern Michigan. I used to watch those games. He was a part of the very first hammer in the wall, the brick wall.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyways.
So the Eagles, they're I'd say like the best teams in the NFC right now.
Mm-hmm.
The Lions, Eagles. Anybody else that we can think of that like are just clear above that are even behind them? Like
no, not really.
The Cardinals?
No, because I'd put the Packers ahead of the Cardinals, but I wouldn't put the Packers in the same tier as I'd put Minnesota and Green Bay ahead of the Cardinals. But I wouldn't put
the Cardinals. You wouldn't put them in the same tier? The Cardinals in the same tier as the Vikings and the Packers?
No, I'd put them in the same tier, but I wouldn't put them like so. Tier 1 is obviously Lions and
Eagles.
Lions, honestly.
Yeah, Lions are just juggernauts.
It's the Lions 1A, Eagles are 2, and then it's like 3A, 3B, 3C is like Packers, Vikings, Cardinals.
Would the Vikings be 3A when Sam Darnold's not a pumpkin?
I think the Vikings would be 2 when Sam Darnold's not dog shit.
He looked good this week. We'll talk about it. But yeah, no, the Eagles. Here's the thing with the Eagles that kind of scared me because watching the game, Jake Elliott, who's been money for them, missed the 2 field goals in the first half, and where he usually banks it from 30 to 40 yards out.
Yeah.
So there's been himself. We need to talk about that with kicking.
There's been a lot of kicking woes this year, just across the
Our kickers washed.
Well, think about it. I was thinking about this a little bit earlier today, and I'm pissed I didn't put it on the ticker, but nothing really fucking matters. Think about where we were 8 years ago. Justin Tucker's in his prime, right? Or like coming up, maybe not even 8 years ago, but think about over the last decade.
3 to 4 years ago.
Vinatieri,
past 2 years, yeah.
Well, just think about over the last decade. Vinatieri, Mason Crosby, Justin Tucker, Sebastian Janikowski was murdering footballs for a while. I mean, fucking who else are we missing?
Chris Boswell.
Fucking dude, there's been so many kickers that have come and gone. And it feels like we're in this
Robbie Gould.
Who did the Eagles have for a while that was just killing footballs too?
He's not better than Jake Elliott.
No, yeah, Jake Elliott's been good.
The guy before, yeah.
Was it David Akers?
Was it David Akers?
I think so. He bounced around a little bit. But I mean, there's been a fucking excellent pull by me. It was David Akers.
Ball nowhere.
Fucking there's been so many kickers that have come and gone. And like now, looking statistically in the NFL, like not even Brandon Aubrey's been missing kicks the last couple of weeks.
Well, no, it was his first miss yesterday.
Oh, it was? I thought
maybe it was his first miss. Maybe it was his first miss in AT&T Stadium. But I thought I saw a graphic where he was 34.
I thought he had missed.
He was either 34 of 34 on the season or 34 of 34 in AT&T Stadium.
I feel like that's more correct. Let me pull them up real quick.
Yeah, no, kickers are bad. Yeah, it's looked bad. I don't know. There's a curse right now on kickers. Maybe to make it more fun, the NFL. Like, oh, wow, kickers are no longer automatic. You got to go score touchdowns.
Yeah, he's got 2 misses on the season. He missed from 50 plus, and he missed from 3. He's got 3 misses. He's missed from 50 plus. He's missed between 30 and 39. He's missed between 40 and 49.
That's crazy. So he was 34 of 34 at AT&T Stadium.
Yeah. Yeah, he's 23 or 26 on the season. His long is 65.
And he's, without a doubt, the best kicker in the NFL.
In the league. Oh, 100%. 100%.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Kickers are. I mean, Chris Boswell and Austin Seibert are your two most reliable.
I was about to say when Austin Seibert's one of the most reliable kickers in the NFL, like that's how you know things have. Not that he's been excellent this year when he's been healthy.
He was money at Oklahoma. Like him and Gabe Burkich were two guys.
Gabe Burkich, I wouldn't say always count on Gabe. He just had a good game.
Every time Gabe Burkich well, maybe not for the Packers, but at Oklahoma, anytime he lined up for a field goal, like I never doubted.
He had one shot at Green Bay. He was a practice squad guy, and he pulled his hamstring in the middle of a fucking extra point preseason. But no, he had a few misses at Oklahoma, and I'm like, come on, Gabe.
Yeah,
but more often than not, when he stepped up there, I was like, oh, he's got it.
Anyway, yeah, kickers. I don't know. Something's going on with kickers right now. They have the yips. But Jake Elliott, that's going to be a problem for the Eagles if he doesn't. Like he was smacking his helmet on the sidelines. He's obviously.
Can I tell you something funny that you might get up and walk away from me right now?
Oh no!
You know who after Justin Tucker had the weekend that he had?
Yeah,
you know who the number one most accurate kicker in the NFL history is?
Who is it, Dalton? Who might you be talking about?
I think his name's like Cairo Santos or something like that. It just came to mind. We're gonna get into the game, but it just came to mind.
Actually, it wasn't Cairo Santos.
What was it?
Eddie Pinheiro. The other
was Eddie Pinheiro.
The former Bears kicker who sucked.
That's right. It was Eddie Pinheiro.
I
knew it was a Bears kicker.
He hit a 58-yarder one time for the Bears, and it was like, yep, sign that guy to a lifelong contract because we're just cycling through Cody Parkey and all these guys.
Where's Eddie Pinheiro at now?
Carolina.
He's money. Fuck, that's right. He had the game winner for them in fucking Germany, dude.
Last year against fucking Houston.
Yeah. Oh shit.
It's just funny, like when kickers go to a new team, that they just have a little bit more juice. Because Cairo Santos at Tennessee couldn't make a kick from fucking 30 yards out, and he's been nothing but money for Chicago.
Fucking Anders Carlson couldn't make. Well, he still can't. Anders Carlson couldn't make extra points in Green Bay, and then he had like a 2-week run with the Niners where he didn't miss and drilled multiple 50-yarders, and now he's cut again. And he's on the fucking Jets, which just continue to become more. And
he hit a 50-yarder. He hit like a 50-yarder for the Jets.
God damn it, dude!
Make up your mind.
Yeah, are you gonna be dog shit or are you gonna be good? Or are you just gonna be middle of the road like your fucking shit ass brother?
Well, if you're the Commanders, you got the Cowboys next at home, and then the Titans, Saints. Like you got a 3-week period where it's like, all right, maybe you can get right, you can win those games and still push for the playoffs, you know?
Yeah.
So like the loss to the Eagles sucks if you're a Commanders fan, but the misery that you've had to go through the past like 3 seasons where you're winning 3 to 4 games, like this is a fantastic season for you.
Oh,
and they've been good, and they've been very good. And shout out to that coaching staff. Like,
who do they have left on the season?
They got the Eagles again. They got the Cowboys twice. They have the Falcons, Saints, Titans. Yeah,
it's fairly workable schedule. They'll be a playoff team.
Yeah,
they'll be in the playoffs for sure.
So then, Eagles have a gauntlet of the Rams, Ravens, and Panthers up next.
Oh, shit.
Well, and the Steelers. Can't forget the Steelers.
Fair. Yeah, the Steelers are a very good football team.
Let's go ahead and talk about that game. Steelers-Ravens.
Yeah, really pissed that was on at the same time as Bears-Packers.
Yeah, I know, because that was
I really wanted to watch it. It was a great classic AFC North game.
I had both of the games pulled up. I wanted to watch both of them, but I had the stats for you, so we didn't get to talk about it on Friday, but I'll go ahead and pull them up real quick, just where we can share the stats with the people of how this game was going to go. So let's go ahead and start the stats. So this is a game where the John Harbaugh Ravens and Mike Tomlin Steelers have faced each other 36 times. And over the last 20 years, the underdog in this game was 20, 10, and 3. They were 74% at the spread. And then in this game, or in this series, Mike Tomlin as an underdog to the Harbaugh Ravens was 12, 2, and 2.
Okay.
The final margins for the game since 2019. Well, I guess you could do 2020 because 2019 was that weird Duck Hodges year for the Steelers where they just got blown out by the Ravens. But since 2020, the final points in that game or the point spread: 7 points, 7 points, 3 points, 2 points, 3 points, 1 point, 5 points, and 4 points. So these just play each other incredibly tight. Like this is just hard nosed, classic Ravens Steelers football, and that's what we had in this game. Steelers 18.
It's
Ravens
a better
16.
version of Browns Bengals.
Yeah. Throw out the record books for this game. Lamar Jackson continues. I mean, 1-4 against the Steelers. He just, I don't know. He can't figure out the Steelers.
We can figure out the fucking NFC.
And they brought it up in his press conference. Like he had no answer to it.
Yeah.
Steelers winning this game. You can kind of they're a threat now in the AFC, right? Like they're up there.
I think so, especially if they can figure some things out and get a more consistent game on offense.
Well, that's the thing is, they 18 points scored only by Chris Boswell. He was 6 of 6 on the day. Always bet the underdog in this game, no matter what. You always bet the underdog. Mike Tomlin is such a fucking good coach. It's crazy.
He's amazing.
Yeah, and then Russell Wilson didn't even have a good game. I mean, God, he threw the interception in the end zone, and it was remember when Desmond Ridder threw the interception in the end zone for the Falcons and the Arthur Smith face? He did the same thing. It was like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
So
well, I did like that they're bringing in some Justin Fields packages though. Let him come in there. Let him use his legs. Just let him.
After the heartbreak that I had to face in our game, he had to come in to ice the game, and he just needed to get a first down, and he ran and slid before the first down marker. And it was just the ultimate, like, please, Justin, not like this.
Oh, man.
Like, I root for Justin Fields. I don't like seeing him make bonehead mistakes. Patrick Queen had a good game. That was a revenge game for him.
Yeah. You got to say part of that, though, like with the Justin thing is, like, a lot of that stuff is feel, right? Like, you got to have a feel for it. There's a certain flow and a rhythm to the game, especially when it comes to running the football.
Yeah, that's true.
If he was their starting quarterback and they were in that situation, I wholeheartedly believe that he would have powered through. Yeah, it'd have been.
Well, he took a shot earlier in that game too.
He did.
Like he took a big shot, so he's probably didn't want that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to know another crazy stat?
What's that?
So before the game last week was the first time. So last week, whenever the last game that the Ravens played against the Bengals, that was the first time in 40 consecutive starts for Lamar Jackson where he, before that game, he had 40 consecutive starts where he hadn't trailed by more than 10 points.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So, and he's also got another streak of 40 games, now 41 games, without losing by more than 7. So Lamar Jackson just doesn't get blown out. He's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Do you feel like both defenses kind of overplayed a little bit because Highsmith was out and Hamilton was out? Hamilton for the Ravens and Highsmith for the Steelers. Like that Ravens offense is so damn good that it just felt like it was going to be a higher scoring game.
Yeah. But that's I don't know. Like in a way, yes, but that's also what I expect from Ravens Steelers games.
Always bet the under. Always bet the underdog.
Yeah,
100%. That's like the easiest bet of the year. Steelers Ravens under, and then the underdog. Take the dog and take the under. 100%. So, so what's up next for both of those teams? Who do they got next week? Who do the Ravens have?
The Ravens.
Harbaugh, the Harbaugh.
Yes, I'm about to say Monday night is the Harbaugh. Yep. And the Steelers have Browns, Bengals, Browns, Eagles, Ravens, Chiefs, Bengals.
Who do they play next week?
The Steelers?
Yeah.
Browns. They play them on Thursday.
Thursday night?
Yeah.
What's the point spread?
It is 3.5.
3.5?
Yep.
Steelers, 3.5?
Steelers 3.5, yeah, and it's in Cleveland.
Browns plus 3.5. Easy. Mike Tomlin letdown game.
Especially on a Thursday night.
This is like the spot. This is like it's the ultimate Mike Tomlin letdown division rival. So, and then he'll be an underdog again. And the Steelers, betting the Steelers for a few years, they're pretty easy to figure out.
Yeah.
So,
writing's usually on the wall with him.
Speaking of Chris Boswell, had a great, and he scored all the points for the Steelers. We were talking about Justin.
That's the second time he's done that this year.
Yeah, you're right. Justin Tucker.
Be over.
Is he going to get cut?
No.
Remember we talked about this at the beginning of the season, like with some of the misses that he's had. Arguably the best kicker in the NFL for what, 6 or 7 years? 60 yards was like, and that was his range.
Yeah, it's kind of like how people see Brandon Aubrey now.
Yeah, like if he's at 66, it's like throw him out there. And credit, I mean, they put him back out there and he drilled one, but what was it, like over 50 yards on the field goal that he made? But it's a legit problem for them, dude. Like he's got the yips. It kind of feels like it was after that incident with Kansas City in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So it's the Chiefs' curse. Oh, the Chiefs. They curse everybody.
They do.
Yeah, no, that game was classic Ravens Steelers. That's all you have to know about that one.
100%.
Packers 20, Bears 19. Go ahead.
No. I had fully conceded victory. And so, okay, I want to ask you.
The opposite of the Steelers-Ravens, not a classic Packers-Bears game.
Yeah.
That was
I want to ask you because
I'm sure you have a plethora of questions for me that are going to just make my brain blend.
No. How long does one rival wait to call the other after something like that happens?
You should probably wait a couple days or a day.
Is it at least at minimum next business day?
At minimum, 8 hours.
8 hours? Okay.
Yes.
I was in such a funk that I was ready to.
Oh, yeah, you posted the Instagram story.
I was ready.
That was almost twice this season, Missouri and Oklahoma, and then almost this game.
Yeah.
Real quick before you get into that, Matt LaFleur 11-0 against the Bears.
Yeah.
Ugh. Okay, go ahead. Say what you're gonna say. Talk about the game, and I'll tell you my.
So, I'm gonna pull it up because I'm gonna walk myself through it. Yeah, no. Huge pride. Here, I'll grab the. Oh, grab it off the wall. Boys, man, I'm first of all, I'm done with Keyshawn Nixon. I'm starting negative. I'm done with Keyshawn Nixon. I felt the officiating on both sides was kind of shitty in this game. Like they were calling some shit.
The late hits out of bounds didn't bother me. It's like that's a rivalry game. Let them hit each other out of bounds.
That's the whole thing.
You can't do it to the quarterback though. Like you got to be.
He didn't even hit him. He put his hand on him. He tripped over the tarp. It wasn't nothing. But
I like my quarterback selling them.
Oh yeah. What Brady say? Did he go to the USC School of Acting or whatever the fuck? I do think that Josh Jacobs calling out was Jalen Johnson to come meet him on the fucking sideline. Did you see that? Obviously you saw it. You watched it. I can't reach that. Fuck! Almost dropped my helmet on my Xbox. Things are going to shit here, just like they started to at the end of that game. The Packers' pass defense is really starting to worry me. The lack of a pass rush that we have, and then the defense is really starting to concern me without fucking Jair out there. Also, Quay Walker blows cock. I don't know why he has the green dot, but he shouldn't even be on the field, in my opinion. But with everything being said, yeah, he's hurt.
Because when I saw him on the sidelines, I thought, okay, there's a chance.
Yeah.
Just say everything you got to say, and then you can ask me questions or whatever.
I owe Earl Brooks my life. Let's just put it that way. Christian Watson coming out party, though. I really wish you'd been able to get in the end zone of this one. But 4 for 150 is pretty great. He did catch that ball, despite what the fuck Bears fans were saying on Twitter. He did catch that ball, but he dove for it. Also,
I didn't say anything.
No, not you.
I even said, like, whenever he caught it, I was like, just give it to him. I don't even care at this point. Like,
but I saw like multiple Bears fans on Twitter, like, oh, that was a drop and that lost us the game. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. That was bullshit. It wasn't a drop. Jordan selling that one, I really had no problem with. I thought Jordan was pretty great throughout most part of the game. Incredibly efficient outside of the pick. But Dontavian Wicks has like completely disappeared this season. Like, he's done fuck all this year. And Jaden Reed hasn't done a whole lot. But this was also one of those games where
it was a Christian Watson game.
It was a Christian Watson game. That's just the nature of the Packers with all the receivers that they have. I just wish Dontavian Wicks could get a little bit more run. Like I said, Josh Jacobs should get – he had 22 touches in this game. He should probably get closer to 30. As long as he can stay healthy, he should get closer to 30. But I mean, that's really all I got. I don't have a ton. I'm so fucking glad Packers didn't smoke this because honestly, you got more gall than me. It'd been tough to get me to come on here to do a recap and sit through this after the Packers blew the longest win streak now in series history between either teams, 11 straight. So
in the Favre, Rodgers, Love era, the Packers are 51-15 against the Bears.
Yep.
It's not a rivalry, but it's not even close to a rivalry. It's a rivalry, but it's not.
Which kind of hurts. I mean, as much as I love beating the brakes off the Bears,
love this,
that doesn't hurt. But I don't want it to lose any steam. Because I fucking hate you guys. I really do. I genuinely hate the Bears. And I don't ever want to see Packers Bears week and be like, I mean, come on. I'm not going to ever let it lose its steam. We can win 50 straight. I hope for your sanity that doesn't happen. But we could win 50 straight.
You're a pervert, whatever. You know you want to.
I take showers about beating the Bears 50 straight times. I did thoroughly enjoy seeing everyone on Barstool lose their shit, though. That was great. I don't even have any questions for you, honestly. I mean, I'm just glad you're still alive. I apologize for calling you when I did, but, dude, when that ended.
I understood. I immediately saw it. I was like, I'm just not going to answer. I had a bunch of people text me after the game. Like, a bunch of my friends texted me. I got a buddy who's, like, a big Atlanta sports fan, like Georgia Bulldogs, the Hawks, the Falcons. Like, he's just a huge Georgia fan. And he texted me after the game, and he was like, I kind of feel like I know what you're going through because we can't beat Alabama.
My one of my best buddies, Simon, in our group chat, he just put a bunch of crying emojis. My buddy Ganny goes, man, I'm so sorry. And I said, Simon, buddy, I love you to death, but I could not be less apologetic. I do not feel bad. I do not feel bad.
It hurts so bad. It hurt whenever fucking Green Bay posted their final score, and it was like never apologize for a win, making fun of White Sox Dave.
Oh, yeah.
Well, making fun of White Sox Dave,
the
never apologize for a win. Oof.
Green Bay, the Green Bay social teams have been on a fucking roll the last couple seasons. I do want to give them that credit because they deserve it.
Yeah, their hype video at the beginning of the season, I don't know. Just whatever. Yeah. Ugh. Packers. All right. I have a question for you.
What's up, man?
Is Jordan Love going to drive you fucking insane with all these interceptions? That's a legit question.
I can only imagine.
My buddy, so like one of my buddies texted me, and like he doesn't have a stake in this rivalry. He doesn't give a shit about either team, but he was just like, "Hey man, you'll get him next time." And it's like, no, we won't. But he was like, the thing is, bro, like this is the one that you had to win because Jordan Love is like still injured. I'm like, no, he's not. He's fucking healthy. If he's throwing picks, he's healthy. All right, that's what he does.
Yeah, selling that ball on Tucker Kraft was bad. You can't miss that.
But it's like he's gonna have one of those a game.
Mm-hmm.
What do you? It's like one of those like, yeah, he's just gonna do that. Like, how do you? I want to know like your honest opinion
because it's living through Favre again. Because funny enough, we were talking about Gruden before we got started, him being back on Barstool or him being on Barstool, and he was talking about it. He was talking about being a part of those early Packer teams with Favre and being like, no, yes, like that's 90% of what it is with Jordan. Like the touchdown to Rome in the Arizona Cardinals game, he turns around, rolls, and just throws it up, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? And then Rome catches it and it's a touchdown, and you're like, okay, like I'll take it. Like it's Favre again.
Yeah.
But like the touchdown on, I think it was the opening drive to Jaden Reed, beautiful ball, could not have been thrown better. The touchdown pass to Tucker Kraft in the Houston game could not have been thrown better. But sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, because if
you're gonna be a good team, you gotta have a little luck go your way.
You do. But it's gonna come back to bite us in the ass at some point. And like I've already conceded the fact that I think I'm here for every game. I'm gonna root for the Packers. I'm gonna believe them to win every single. We get the Niners this weekend. Niners aren't that good. I believe they can win, and they will win every single game on their schedule. But in the playoffs, I have this just pit in my gut because I know, one, how good Detroit is and how good other teams in the NFC are, that Jordan's going to fuck it up somehow. He's going to make up for it, but there's going to be some mistake that Jordan Love's going to make that is not repairable.
I don't know if every game left on your schedule is a win. 49ers, you should win.
We got the Lions again.
We'll talk about the Dolphins. We got them
on Black Friday. Or no, Thanksgiving.
Yeah. So Dolphins and Lions, there's a 2-game stretch where you should be looking at and thinking, like, you've got to play very, very, very efficient football if you want to beat those teams right now. Because the Dolphins have found something, and the Lions are the Lions. So Seahawks, you should win. Saints, you should win. Vikings, you should get a revenge. And then, like, we're going to be going into Lambeau. That's not even, like, we caught you guys at your worst.
Last time Packers beat Bears was in Lambeau, right?
Yeah, it wasn't even close. The score didn't indicate how bad that game was.
Or last time Bears beat Packers, I mean.
All right, another question.
What's up?
How do you feel about your offensive line? They looked good. Bears were without Andrew Billings. We need him desperately.
Zach Tom is one of the most underrated offensive linemen in the NFL.
Yeah, he's good. Myers looks good too.
Myers, he has thoroughly impressed me this year.
You know, it pains me like to ask you this question and like know that they have been playing a lot better.
Jordan Morgan's hurt, and I think he went to IR.
Your draft pick? Damn.
Yeah, first round draft pick. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, the first round tackle that we took that's only played guard. Yeah, that guy.
He's hurt.
He's hurt. Yeah, he's on IR. He's had this leg issue. I don't know if it's leg, hip, hamstring, whatever it is, but something on the lower half. But the offensive line's been very impressive. Just need continuity, consistency. I think you need a more skilled player at left tackle. I think Rasheed Walker's been fine, but at some point, you need someone that has more upside than him, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So I don't know. I would love to see the Packers take corner is what I want more than anything. Corner is what we need most depth at. Because when Jair's not out there, it's pretty bad. Like Carrington Valentine's a good, like fourth off the bench kind of guy, right?
Jair Alexander's a top 3 corner in the NFL.
Exactly. So when you don't have someone like that, but you don't have the necessary depth behind him, Eric Stokes is a miss. I thought it was health concerns. I thought it was injury issues. Now he just doesn't look good. Yeah. Keyshawn Nixon.
So your defense is what worries you the most.
Yeah.
Pass
rush.
Let me give you this.
We haven't been turning the ball over like we used to either.
Let me give you this before I get into the Bears. New offensive coordinator, Thomas Brown, and then both of our tackles were back. So Darnell Wright and Braxton Jones have missed the past 2 weeks. They were back. So, like, their offensive line just played better because the scheme, like, they schemed guys open and they were doing things. So,
they did good, but I just know, like what happened against Detroit is liable to happen again. Shit, it might happen this week in San Francisco. It could happen again against Seattle. Seattle's got talent at wideout. And
I don't
Miami
know,
could
man.
threaten us as well.
What you did to the Lions on Thanksgiving last year, like they're gonna remember that. Like at home, like they're
Yeah,
on a
no,
revenge tour.
we're gonna get our fucking heads kicked in by the Lions.
Yeah, you just hope it's not in the playoffs if you have to play them.
Yeah, let someone else do our job for us. But yeah, no, that's what worries me. Like the Lions, I've already chalked it up as a loss. But like you said, Miami's got all kinds of talent at wideout, all kinds of speed. And then if you look at Seattle, man, DK when he's healthy, fucking JSN.
I don't know what to make of that team, and we'll talk about them.
I don't know either.
What version are you going to get of them exactly? It's in Seattle too.
It's just one of those games. Green Bay's been.
Are they better at home or are they better away?
Who?
Seahawks.
They're 3-1 away.
And then
so they're 2-4
you have a chance
at home. Yeah, they've been pretty bad.
At home,
12th man hasn't been that helpful for them, but the Packers are going to be a playoff team. I just gotta hope we don't run into the Lions. So we can hopefully kind of get our way to the Super Bowl without having to deal with the gauntlet that is the Lions. Because in my mind, the Lions are the best team in football. I've already given them the Super Bowl trophy this year. So
okay, all right, the Bears. First of all, thank you, Thomas Brown. Thank you for the game that you called. It was good. Was it perfect? No, but it was good.
I did love the video seeing him, by the way, like celebrate.
Yeah, he's actually got fire and emotion unlike the rest of our coaches have. Shane Waldron. Obviously, Thomas Brown took over when Shane Waldron got fired. Caleb Williams for the game went up to the team and said, hey, a lot of this is on me. I take responsibility. I should have played better. I hope the team responded by saying, no, thank you. Thank you for not playing good and getting that guy fired. So turns out he was a very bad coach. And I've been saying it. I've been saying that Shane Waldron stinks. Yeah, I mean, we're 11-0, or we're 0-11 against the Matt LaFleur. And this game I got baited, man. I got baited. I thought I had belief and hope. We were right where we wanted to be. Everybody was picking the Packers. It was just too good to be true. So, hang the banner. We were up at half. I want a banner that says 10-7 against the Packers.
I was very fucking nervous about that entire game.
Well, you should have been because, Matt Eberflus, he's 5-17 in one-score games. He's 14-30 as a head coach.
Starting to sound like a certain coach down in Norman.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, no, it's crazy. Like I've had the worst football season. My season has been nothing but it's been fed lies, hope. Teams, I should have known better than to let OU media trick me into thinking Oklahoma's going to be good this season.
Yeah, me too.
And I should have known better. Like I knew when we kept Matt Eberflus, this isn't good, but I let the roster trick me into thinking that we were going to be a good football team. It's like a knife through the heart. It's like, dude, when I even called it too, when it was happening, because this is how it went. We were backed up at the 50-yard line with 6 or 5 minutes left to go. I mean, we were backed at the 2-yard line, and we got all the way to midfield. It was like, okay, we're gonna bleed the clock out. We're gonna drain it down. We're not gonna let the Packers get the ball back with any time. And then we didn't go for it on 4th and 3 at the 50-yard line because Matt Eberflus is a pussy and he's not aggressive. He's the opposite of what Dan Campbell is. He stinks. He sucks. Probably a nice guy. He has a family, so I hate to down on him, but it's true. It just is what it is. It felt like at the end of the game, Packers score. They're up 20-19. We get the ball with a minute and something left, and first 2 series of that drive, Caleb Williams sacked. And then on the second play of the drive, Caleb Williams sacked again. It's yep, that's Bears football in a nutshell. That's what Mitch Trubisky that is the Chicago Bears the past 5 years. It's just they take 2 sacks on the last ditch effort, and then Caleb Williams happened. It was 3rd and 20, and I'm thinking to myself, there's no way this is going to happen. And then before the play starts, I'm like, no, we have Caleb Williams. Like, I finally have a quarterback that I believe in. And he got it done. Like, he escaped a sack, threw a dart to a Dunze. And then on the 4th and 3, when you texted me, hey, Keyshawn Nixon, chain him to O block somewhere. I didn't. Yeah. You texted me before that play happened. I had no idea what you were talking about. And then I saw it, and I went fucking crazy. Yeah. And then he had to throw to Keenan Allen. And I got baited. I said, this is actually going to happen. This is actually going to work. And then we were in one play. And for some reason, we went to the left hash rather than trying to run it up the middle, which I know the Packers stuffed it and you wanted to get a yard, but it's like get in between the hashes. And we had a timeout left in our pocket, 30 seconds left to go. We decided not to run another play. We decided to bleed the clock, which kind of pissed me off. I was like, call a timeout, call a pass play real quick, make it a 30-yarder rather than a 46-yarder, and like spike the ball with 3 seconds left. As they're setting up for the field goal, Brasher's congratulating me. He was like, I told you this is different, Caleb Williams. And I said, nope, we're going to miss it. So that's like Bears football in a nutshell. And then it was blocked. And then here's how fucking pathetic Eberflus is as a coach. Rich Bisaccia came out and literally said, like, we were going to be surprised if we weren't going to get a blocked field goal this game. Or like, did you see that?
No. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah. That's outcoached once again. So there's that. How did you think Caleb did?
I thought Caleb was – the fact that he had me ready to shit my pants out the entire game, I was pretty nervous. I admittedly – I fucking posted it. Like, whenever I literally said, fuck the Bears, and I posted the picture of Rashawn Gary after they got the sack. And I was like, oh, this one's fucking over. I was cheering. I was super excited. And then he got the pass to
Dunze twice.
Dunze, and I was silent. I didn't even watch the blocked field goal. Did I tell you that?
No.
I had my hands covering my face the entire time. I was literally like this. I was peeking through, and I couldn't watch it. And then I heard it's blocked, and I let out the biggest fucking scream. It woke Aurora up. She was sleeping in the bedroom.
I didn't even speak. I just I just went dead limp on Brash's couch.
I jumped up.
He's so invested now. He was pissed after that game.
I jumped up, and I was fucking screaming, and I got down, and I was on both my knees, and I had my head over, and I was like, all of I was fucking surrendering my life to the Packers, pretty much. But like, I just sat there.
Yeah, because there's a higher power that you guys have.
And afterwards, I just went silent. And yeah, no, But getting back to it, sorry to keep taking you through that. Getting back to it, I thought Caleb was fantastic for most of the game. He was quick. He was decisive. They kept saying it on the broadcast. But, I mean, the offensive coordinator injected new life. Like, he knew what he was doing. He knew what the game plan was, and he was executing. That's all you could ask for.
Yeah, I know it sucks. It's rough, man. That was a rough one. Probably not the worst loss, though. Because I was thinking about that. Like, was this the most heartbreaking loss to the Packers ever? No.
I think
2018 was always the worst. When Aaron Rodgers got hurt, took the painkillers, and came back. That one was more heartbreaking.
Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah. That one, like, I had to basically, like, convince myself that this was the most heartbreaking. No, it wasn't. That one still haunts me. Like, I hate that game happened.
What about knocking y'all out of the NFC North dagger? What was it, 2012?
2011. No, because Jay Cutler was hurt. He tore his ACL before the game.
That's right, because that was rookie year Randall Cobb on that 4th and 7.
Yeah.
That's right.
So, like, I had a feeling going into that game as a kid, like, oh, quarterback hurt. Like, we can't get this done. Yeah. So, that one sucked, but, like.
You know what? Honestly, outside of the NFC Championship game with BJ Raji, my favorite Packers-Bears win was the one where I can't remember what year it was.
2014, probably.
No, it was later than that. It was like 16 or 17, maybe 15.
Mine was
15,
on Park
16
Night.
or 17.
Thanksgiving.
But whenever
Oh, it was Devin Hester night, it was Devin Hester day, by the way.
Oh, was it?
On Sunday.
Was it really?
They had all like the 06 Bears, like Super Bowl
tough.
team. Yeah, they had Peanut there, Brian Urlacher. They had mostly like the 06 guys.
Whenever what year was it? It was in Chicago and it was cold as fuck. And Aaron threw that absolute dime to Jordy, like 60 yards downfield, and then we got the game-winning fumble from Mr. Crosby. That's honestly one of my favorites. Perk Rogers is probably the best.
Yeah, Perk Rogers was the one that hurts the most. All of them hurt, but like that one for sure. Last year, spoiler, when we tried to spoil his playoffs chance, that one hurt. Just didn't hurt as bad as this one, but that one hurt because it was like we stunk. Our defense is not very good, dude. Like I don't know what the fuck. Like when we play a bad quarterback, it looks good, but it's not as good as it's chalked up to be. We give up a lot of yards. Good red zone defense, but we miss Andrew Billings a lot. There's just not a lot of push without him. Montez Sweat's triple teamed. Like you got to double team that guy. That's why his production's not as good because he's double teamed every game.
Mm-hmm.
We desperately need like another edge rusher, and I want to take offensive linemen in the draft. I'm on Tankathon again. I'm basically like, it's clear as day what the picture is now. There's nothing that we just have to play spoiler for some of these teams. We're not a playoff team. We're not good. We've got good talent everywhere. It's just not a very good coaching isn't there.
Yeah.
We need a good coach, which you don't want. I know you don't want that. I do. Desperately.
I don't. You're right. I don't.
Well, it's okay. You're not going to have it as long as George McCaskey's the owner. So, which, dude, it was almost the perfect day of Bears football. Fucking Devin Hester day. Almost beat the Packers. Like, your playoff chances are like looking real thin if we win that game.
Oh yeah, dude.
And then like Devin Hester's like 70,000 people cheering for Devin Hester. George McCaskey gets on the field, 70,000 people booing George McCaskey. That can't feel good, right? Like if you go out onto the field, if you're getting booed by 70,000 people, wouldn't you want to change something? Not George McCaskey because he just has billions of dollars. Apparently, he's like, whatever. You still buy the tickets to the game. Fucking prick asshole. We should hire Ben Johnson, but we're gonna hire Stinkin' Riley.
I would personally drive down to if that happened. I would personally drive down to your house and give you my entire life savings if they fucking hired Lincoln Riley.
No, you wouldn't. You would just laugh at my face. I know you.
I'd take your life savings.
Yeah. Yeah, it was almost a perfect day of football. We almost beat the Packers and like everything, but yeah, sadly missed field goal. Jalen Johnson sucked that game. He wouldn't. He went down a tier, like just for that game alone. He'd been pretty good on the season, but oh no, my computer froze. Okay, never mind. Yeah, he's got a lot to think about. Xavier McKinney wasn't really all that good this game either. That's surprising. No. Like the two guys you can rely on both defenses were. I mean,
something just feels off with the Packers right now. But who knows? Maybe
you need to drill into McKinney's head not to call out DJ Moore because he was a dog that game. But it looks like there's some positive to take away.
Roshan Johnson ran the fuck out the ball. I just want to say that.
This game sucked so bad because everybody's like, dude, like you should look at this as a positive with Caleb Williams and Roma Dunze. Like those guys are your future. Like this is a massive positive. Like Thomas Brown, maybe he can like get Caleb Williams right going forward. You need to develop him the rest of the way. If he looks really fucking good, you know, throughout like it's like Justin Fields 2022. It's like, hey, if this guy continues to look this good going forward, and you could just lose games, I know it's not going to happen because I just know the Bears way too well. Like it just, we might hire a coach. We may have like a playoff team next year, like 2018 with Mitch Trubisky. Mm-hmm. But I just know what's going to end up happening. We're going to fail Caleb, even though he's the high ceiling football player and has the potential to be a top 10 quarterback in the NFL. Yeah. If this would have been any other team, like the Seahawks or like the Dolphins or the Bills, and the blocked field goal happens, I'm probably like twisting my brain around using coping mechanisms like, all right, this was a good loss. Like, we're not going to go anywhere. Caleb looked good. Roma Dunze looked good. things you got to clear up. But it's the fucking Packers, dude. We can't beat this damn team. And it's taking years off of my life.
Oh, man.
You're a pervert.
Oh, I'm just so glad I'm not on the bad side of any of these rivalries. Like, yeah, Texas has gotten our number the last couple of years, and it fucking blows. But in our lifetime, we've been on the right side of that, right?
I can't even cheer for that anymore. I have nothing to cheer for. I don't. Like, I've had I've had 4 heartbreakers, dude. Like,
the Lions just have to be so good now, because at least you could always kind of rely on the fact that, hey, we're not the fucking Lions.
I don't want to lose to the Lions either.
I know, but I'm saying, like, at least beforehand, you could be like, hey, at least we're not the fucking Lions. And now everyone's like, at least we're not the Bears.
I know. We're in the same category as the Jets. The Jets and the Browns in terms of failed organizations.
And the Jags.
Jags signed there. At least they can get the QB right. They just can't get the coach right. Yeah.
You think Trevor Lawrence is the answer for
They signed him, so 5 years. They got another 5 years of him, so they believe in the guy. Yeah. Yeah, I've had 4 heartbreakers this season, dude. Like, bad heartbreakers. Caleb Williams he's had 2 game-winning drives this season, and and the Bears are 0-2 on that. The Fail Mary, I call it the Fail Mary for the Bears, and then the blocked field goal. Yeah, that's coaching. That's going to diminish Caleb Williams' confidence. That's 2 games now where he's like, I did what I have to do. That's why, like, I never faltered on Caleb Williams. Like, a lot of people were like, yeah, this guy stinks. It's like, no.
I think he's fine.
Yeah, he's the guy. He's the best quarterback we ever had. Mm-hmm. Well, not yet. Jay Cutler and Jim McMahon. Those are the 2 guys. But
yeah, what's it going to take for him to be the best? Does he got to win a ring? I mean, I know Cutler didn't, but
to be the best quarterback
in Bears history,
he's got to win the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Or be the leading passer in the franchise history. So you need 10 years of him for that. So
fair.
I've had 4 heartbreakers this season, dude. Texas, that sucked so bad. I guess you can count Tennessee too, because that was the first SEC game. Missouri was an absolute heartbreaker.
Yeah.
Washington,
Missouri was my lowest point.
Yeah. Texas, Missouri for my Oklahoma team, and then the Commanders and the Packers for the Bears. Imagine being on that side. Yeah. I've had a rough season, dude. It sucks so much because everybody's like, there's positives from this game, but it's like, no, if this was any other team, yes, but this is the Packers. We can't beat this fucking team. I want to beat Matt LaFleur once in Lambeau. That'd be nice.
We'll get him once. Who knows? Maybe we'll be stuck at the 5 seed.
I don't think so. I don't think so. This is the one to do it.
Maybe we'll be stuck at the 5 seed and be wrestling all our starters and you can beat us in December or January.
I doubt that even happens. There's no way Matt LaFleur wants to give up that streak.
Oh, yeah.
Good game.
Hell of a game.
I'll see you week 18, buddy. I don't know. Spoiler? I might have to talk myself into
if the Bears find a way to punch the Packers out of the playoffs. Shut up, dog.
Are you even gonna get on on that episode?
I will get on the podcast. I will. And I will write you an essay on how the Bears are historically better than the Packers.
Do you have like a fucking hog in your room or something?
A fucking dog, dude. She wants out, but Aurora's in the shower, so.
Oh.
She gets upset when she can't be around her mom. She hates me.
Okay. I've had to twist my brain a bunch on how this is a good loss. Buddy, I got cope all over the place. I've been looking at Tankathon. Hey, who can we get in the top 10?
Oh, man. It's okay. It's okay.
It feels good. It's like, hey, we can get another top 10 pick. Caleb looks good, franchise quarterback. And then I'm back off. This starts all over again. And the next quarterback.
Who do you draft, though? Where do you go in the draft?
Right now, we're at 14, and a lot of mock drafts have us taking James Pierce.
How would you feel about that?
I'd rather have Kyle Kennard or the guy from South Carolina.
Agreed.
That guy is.
See here, I'll make life a little bit easier for you. Okay.
Go ahead.
You take care of all the Bears stuff. Keep an eye on that. Don't even pay attention to what's going on in Norman. I'll watch all that for you. I'll take that off your.
I can't. I have to watch Oklahoma.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
well, I'm not saying not the games, but
you got to take the good with the bad.
And I'll take the offensive coordinator search for you.
Okay, thank you.
I'll keep my eyes on that. We're gonna watch the games. Obviously, we have to. We can't miss them.
Thank you.
But,
thank you. I appreciate that. I got bigger fish to fry with Chicago right now. I can't focus on two teams. Like, it's just.
So I'll watch recruiting and the offensive coordinator search.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
No problem.
Oh, dude, this football season has been. What did I do to deserve this?
Dude, you got to stop rooting. You can't root for the same teams as me anymore. Like you can't. You got to find a new college team. Like, look what you've done to LSU. Look what you've done to OU. You brought Brian Kelly, and dude, you got to hope the Thunder can break the curse, right?
I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut. Honestly,
would have thought. Yeah, no, that's fair. Have you watched the Game 7 series on Amazon Prime?
Mm-hmm.
So you watched the Cubs one?
Mm-hmm.
Epic to relive that, right?
That was fantastic.
That was probably the happiest I've been
in a while.
Before Sunday in a while.
Yeah.
So, let's go ahead. Let's move on. Lions with the 50 burger over the Jags, man. See, this is why I can't have any hope. Like, I loved the game. I loved beating the Bears, but now it's like, fuck, dude. Like, this Packers aren't winning a fucking Super Bowl this year.
You know,
Why is the best team in football?
What did we say about Alabama versus Mercer? 52-7. That's what this was like. Classic Alabama plays an FCS team.
Yeah, this was the SEC cupcake game in November.
This was bad, and we didn't even get to talk about this, but we had kind of thought about like, hey, what is it going to take for the Jags to fire Doug Peterson? Do you think this is?
It hasn't been yet.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, and the Jags were up early, weren't they? They were up 3-0. I
think so, yeah.
Yeah, they were up 3-0, and then it looked like, all right, well, the NFL doesn't make any sense. Like, if the Jags beat the Lions, how do we even look at the rest of the season?
I'm gonna read off the Lions team offensive stats for you real quick, okay?
Yes, go ahead.
So they had 9 drives. Of those 9 drives, they had 8 scores. 7 of those 8 were touchdowns. The only drive that they did not score on was their 12-play, 64-yard, 6-minute and 45-second drive to ice the game. They had 645 yards of offense, 52 points, and averaged 8.5 yards per play.
That's why I'm saying you're right. SEC school has their bye week against an FCS team in the middle of the season.
Let me make sure I got that yardage right.
No,
it was
you're
11 plays, 52 yards for 6 minutes and 45 seconds.
They had 2 receivers with over 100 yards this game. Amon-Ra and Jameson Williams. And Jared Goff, that's his 5th game this season with the perfect passer rating.
Yeah. And this is yet another game that he's had. Oh, no, I was almost right. He had 1 more incompletion than touchdowns today or Sunday.
Still, I mean, like, this is the best team in the NFL, and it's not even close, in my opinion.
Amon-Ra had 11 targets for 11 receptions, 161 yards, 2 touchdowns.
They're a division rival. So, like I mentioned, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but
no, you're good.
Throw this out there. They are a division rival. But let's go ahead and let's give a clap. They are the best team in the NFL because they are now officially Super Bowl favorites. They are plus 420 odds to win the Super Bowl.
What is it?
That's right. I called my buddy Arnold's a Lions fan. He's been a Lions fan since they were 0-16. I'm happy.
That's when he declared?
That's when he declared.
Poor guy.
They went 0-16. He said, I don't want to be a Cowboys fan. I want to be a Lions fan.
Well, I should say in the same vein, my poor buddy Ethan was he declared to be a Browns fan when they went 0-16 and drafted Baker. And now he's a Texans fan. So he gave up after they got rid of Baker, and he was like, you know what? I love CJ Stroud. I'm a Texans fan now. It's doing him some favors. But
I don't know, man.
poor guy. Yeah, well, the sophomore slump's been pretty rough, but
yeah.
Joe Mixon's a motherfucker.
I didn't get to watch Doug Peterson's press conference because I wanted to see what he had to say because I've been kind of keeping an eye on him. Like
just from the picture that ESPN posted, it doesn't look happy. I'll tell you that.
No, it doesn't. And that was just an absolute whomping. I wanted to keep up with the game, especially when it was like 35-6 in the third quarter, and I thought, okay, well, Mac Jones looked like Mac Jones. They play with their food with the hook and ladder plays.
There's only so many times you can get away with that, right?
You would think so. They've been doing it since fucking 2022.
Right? Like, what's the Aaron Paul? Like, you can't keep getting away with it.
And they do, dude. Like, they're an insane football team. And
oh, my God. The fucking Spurs are on fire. Sorry.
Who's their next loss? They're going to lose to the Bears. They always fucking do. Like, even though when we're a shit team, we always somehow beat the Lions. I don't know how. The Bills are a game where you can kind of throw it up there.
Oh, they played the Bills?
Yeah.
They played the Bills coming off the Packers game, but it's a Thursday game, so they get 10 days.
Hey, buddy.
What's up?
After you play the Lions, you play the Seahawks. You remember the stat that's been going around about teams after they play the Lions?
Yeah.
Oof.
Is that still not broken? Is that still? We'd have to go back.
No, it's finally broken because the Texans beat Dallas.
Yes.
But is it broken or did they just play Dallas?
Shut the fuck up, dude. Let me have this, okay? As if I need any emotional wins. If anything, you need.
Hey, come on, man. The Lions aren't thinking about what you did to them last season in Thanksgiving. They're not. They haven't circled that on their calendar.
Yeah, no, not at all. What was the whole fucking thing that you did after the 2021 season? They did 47 fucking med ball sit-ups every day. Yeah, they're totally not fucking.
They're not thinking about that.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Yeah, no, Jared Goff is just when the offense is rolling, he looks unstoppable. Their offensive line is just really fucking good. They got the best offensive line in football. It's not even close. Amon-Ra St. Brown, probably he's got to be a top 5 receiver in the NFL.
Dude, he has.
You can't there is no argument that I can make that he should be below number 5.
No, I completely agree.
Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase. A lot of receivers have gotten hurt this season.
Healthy Nico Collins? Would you put him in the top 5?
Yes.
Tyreek Hill?
I'm talking this season.
Oh, this season. Okay.
Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Nico Collins.
Amon-Ra,
yeah.
Terry McLaurin's been pretty fucking good.
Yeah, Scary Terry has been good.
So has Cortland Sutton's been playing his fucking ass off recently.
But those are the top 4 that you I can think of in my head automatically.
CD's also been amazing too.
Yeah. Who?
CD.
The Cowboys are just in shambles. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean he's been good this year.
Not Siri, CD. My phone.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No, my phone is a fucking dumbass. Well, they got the Colts next. The Lions do. In a dome. You know, Jared Goff is amazing in a dome. So, yeah. And they got the Bears in Detroit. Oof. I don't even want to think what that game is going to look like. That's fucking Thanksgiving. I'm going to have dinner at 11 a.m.
Oh, fuck.
That turkey is going to taste terrible while I'm watching that game if I don't have dinner. I'm going to wake up in the morning and I'm just going to cook Thanksgiving meal myself.
Start at 4:30 in the morning. Yeah.
Start cooking that turkey. That thing is gonna be ready by 11 a.m. and we're gonna eat.
Dude, I gotta eat fucking 3 Thanksgiving dinners next week.
Get that stomach ready, buddy.
Oh, I've been prepping, dude. What do you think the last fucking 15 years has been?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've been sitting around doing nothing. No, bro, I've been practicing.
That's it on that game. The Jaguars are dead in the water. They got the number 1 pick in the draft. You know what? Let's look at Tankathon. I'm actually kind of curious. Go ahead and lead off on the next game.
Yeah, so the next one I'll go ahead and hop in. The Dolphins feel like a franchise reborn with Tua coming back. Just really pulling away at the end. It was close for most of the game, but kind of felt like the Dolphins were really in control for most of it. But just really,
it didn't even feel close.
It didn't. It score-wise was closer than the game actually was. I'd wholeheartedly believe that. Hit that Shay. Fucking girl.
Was it 3?
The Dolphins just pulled it back within 10. The Dolphins just fucking ran away with it.
I like what Mike McDaniel does because it reminds me a lot of what Thomas Brown did for Caleb in this game. He schemes guys open.
Yeah.
Like, what do you do when like your quarterback is like basketball? Good example. Shea shot doesn't go in, get to the rim, get some easy layups. Mm-hmm. That's what you need to do for any quarterback.
Yeah.
Receivers did it for Tom Brady, and Tom Brady was one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. He's like, hey, let's just get some guys open, rhythm.
Yeah, just like how OU. Oh no.
Yeah, just like how 2022 against Texas.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we'll think about.
I was thinking it in my head before you brought it up.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to tug to at night. Just 2022.
To John Finley's credit, he has guys open. Jackson he's broken.
Yeah, so I mean, not a whole lot on this one. I didn't watch a whole. I had Red Zone on my phone for pretty much most of the day, but doing some homework. Obviously, I watched the Packers game, and then some other things going on Sunday. So,
well, I have Tankathon pulled up, and right now the Raiders would draft 5.
Okay.
Who do you think they're taking at 5?
Quarterback, right?
Will Johnson from Michigan, the corner.
That makes sense.
Does it?
Maybe. I don't know.
Number 2 is Tennessee, and they're taking Shadur according to this, and then the Giants would be taking Cam Ward.
Cam Ward and Malik Neighbors. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, it sounds fun, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm a build from the trenches guy, though. I'm always going to advocate.
Well, they have the trenches. They have it. Their offensive line is Andrew Thomas is out for the season towards ACL. They're on.
Well, I'm talking about almost said Oakland, Vegas,
yeah.
Yeah. Should still be Oakland. Okay. But I don't know. I'm always a build from the trenches guy, but if you feel like you have your quarterback, you got to go and take him. My problem is all these teams just keep ruining quarterbacks. So
yeah.
You trade for Bryce Young?
I don't know. He might have some newfound life in Carolina.
Give up a 4th or a 5th rounder for Bryce Young?
Well, then that would mean wouldn't Carolina have to take a quarterback?
Yeah.
Who's left after Cam Ward and Shadur if they don't get him? Quinn Ewers, Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart would be 2nd round. You can get Jackson Dart in the 2nd or 3rd round.
It is true.
But
maybe if you're the Raiders, you hope that Carson Beck keeps looking like dog shit, that you think you can fix him.
Oof.
What?
My personal nightmare.
What's that?
The Packers would be taking Isaiah Bond. You guys never take receivers, so
no, that would never happen. I don't know why people keep predicting.
You're gonna take the 3rd string left guard from fucking Arkansas.
Nah, with my fucking luck, we'd trade that pick for like fucking Andrew Rain or something.
The Vikings would take Walter Nolan.
Fuck you. No, that's not allowed to happen.
Oof. Broncos would take Luther Burden. That'd be dangerous.
That would be. You know, I'd love to see the Packers take.
Who?
Kyle Kennard. He's not going to fall that far though. But
right now, Bears would take James Pierce, but I think I'd rather have Kyle Kennard, dude. That guy.
You know what? Actually, what I want, Packers can trade everything. They can trade out of the 1st round. You spend an early 2nd on Danny Stutzman. You go to the leader of your defense. Danny Stutzman. Yes. And then
you don't like Edgerrin Cooper?
I'd love Edgerrin Cooper, but Edgerrin Cooper and Danny Stutzman put together, dude.
I just don't think it
Absolutely
would happen.
nasty. Before to huh?
That just isn't going to happen,
No, it
unfortunately.
would never happen. I'm dreaming here.
Harold Perkins goes before Danny Stutzman, according to this. The Seahawks get Danny Stutzman. Ooh,
In the
might
first
be
round.
Yeah, in the second round. Pick
In the second
50.
round.
That would be
Anything but Dallas. Don't let him go to Dallas, please.
that would be a
Christ.
nasty. Well, Dallas is taking Ollie Gordon according to this in the second round, and Kelvin Banks out of Texas.
That makes sense.
Why would they take Kelvin Banks? They have Tyler Guyton. He's been.
A lot of people haven't been too happy with Tyler Guyton. I haven't seen that many issues with him. Can we stop just throwing fucking 3-pointers up? Oh my god. Sorry.
Well, he's a rookie. You think Kelvin Banks is going to go into Dallas and just? I mean, he's more polished.
Exactly.
He's more.
But is
polished
he that much better or have that much more upside?
No,
unless you bump Tyler back over to right and have
he's a little shorter. He's like what 6'4", 6'5".
Yeah,
so maybe
he's definitely not as long.
Yeah, I like 6'6", 310 pounds. That's how I like my tackles.
Yeah,
I like guys that can move. That's just me. But anyway, back to the game. Yeah, the
Dolphins are in second place.
So the Raiders can't fire Antonio Pierce, right? Like you got to give him another year.
Yeah.
It's Mark Davis.
I think Mark Davis is still searching for a haircut, so I think you should try to find that if we're trying to find a new head coach.
Yeah. Unless Antonio Pierce doesn't go to P.F. Chang's with him enough.
Yeah.
So maybe if they go to P.F. Chang, if he goes to P.F. Chang's with him enough, maybe he can.
What do you think Mark Davis orders at P.F. Chang's?
I don't think he has to order. I think they just know what he wants.
He walks in, they're like, okay. What do you think it is, though?
I don't know. Everything. He loves P.F. Chang's. He's dialed in when he goes in, according to John
Gruden.
Gruden.
They're not a.
John Gruden says he's dialed in when he goes.
I'm in a P.F. Chang's in a couple of years.
Brock Bowers is an absolute stud.
Fucking amazing.
So you just need a quarterback. You need a quarterback.
Podcast back on track, by the way.
Yeah. You need a quarterback, and then a wide receiver. Get those skill guys, and then build the trenches next year. Yeah. There's always offensive linemen, dude. Like it just seems like since 2019, it's just been a slew of offensive linemen. Have some of them worked out? Probably not, but you can try.
Yeah, that's fair. That's one where you can keep shooting and shooting and shooting. You have to hit on your quarterback.
I kind of hope we tank the rest of the season because I would love Will Campbell from LSU.
Yeah.
But Braxton Jones has been playing good for Chicago. But you just get more upside with Will Campbell. Build the trenches.
No, for sure.
Build the trenches. But we do need a pass rusher, and I think you can get Kennard in the second round. Brock Bowers, absolute stud. Jacoby Myers is
been.
He's fair.
Yeah.
They just don't target him enough.
That's fair.
But the Dolphins are just kind of spoiler this season. It feels like they come alive, dude. They had the grinding game against the Bills. They beat the Rams. They beat the shit out of the Raiders. They're probably going to beat the Patriots. If they smoke the Patriots, like if it's another like 34-15 game against the Patriots, how worried are you playing them the following week? Like what's your on a scale of like confident to
playing the Lions?
No, playing the Dolphins.
I know, but on the scale of confidence to playing the Lions, probably somewhere closer to playing the Lions because I am legitimately worried about the Packers secondary.
Yeah, and they got fast guys ever. Malik Washington from Virginia, rookie wide receiver. I liked him a lot coming out of the draft.
Yeah,
and they haven't really found him this game, but they're going to find. They have an identity, and I like that. It's just speed everywhere.
Yeah,
speed everywhere. But you got to have big guys in the trenches. You do.
Yep.
So. Also, like what Tua said before the game when he said, I would do it again, like if he were to lower his helmet, lower the shoulder on a tackle.
Yeah, no, that was awesome.
How are you? How's it looking?
Well, they're fucking just hit like a 28-foot three as time expired on the shot clock. We're down.
We're without Hartenstein, Chet.
Well, they don't even have Wimby. Wimby's not playing.
True, but they probably still have big guys. Like we
don't. Harrison Barnes is fucking. They're just out shooting us. We just can't hit shots. That's really what it is.
Maybe this is good. Maybe this is good that they're not this good early on, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Plus, it's the NBA Cup. We don't hang fake banners
No.
like the fucking Lakers did last year.
Yeah. Have you seen the stuff with, not to get super off track, but have you seen the stuff with Joel Embiid and the Sixers?
No, but I'm sure it's hilarious.
You need to go look at it. It's getting wild.
But I believe it.
Yeah. They had like a team meeting about him.
Oh, one thing I forgot to bring up. Sorry, with Detroit. Totally forgot to bring this up.
We're a great podcast.
So fucking amazing. Detroit is the number one team in point differential, right? Any guesses as to where that number's at?
Plus 80 something?
Plus 159.
Golly.
You know who the worst team is in point differential?
Jags?
Carolina.
Oh, yeah. The beginning of the season was rough for them.
Minus 143.
They play Kansas City. Maybe they found something.
That is true.
No. Kansas City needed to win this game for it to be the Bryce Young legacy game.
They did. Second closest, by the way, in point differential is the Bills.
Yeah, I figured
at
that.
plus 106. It's insane. Absolutely insane. No one else is even close. There's 2 teams in the 70s. 3 teams in the 70s.
Yeah. Bears are probably at like minus 50.
Bears are plus 7.
And point differential?
Mm-hmm. Plus 7.
Oh, yeah, they did beat the shit out of the Panthers and Jags.
Yeah, they had a couple big ones in there.
And then the Titans.
And then their closest have been lost. Their losses have been fairly close for the most part.
Anyway. That's what I'm saying. Matt Eberflus 1-score games, dude. It's stupid. Probably. Anyways, yeah.
Rams. Oh, sorry.
Well, anything else on the game? Dolphins coming back to life.
Yeah, they're
Raiders looking at Tankathon like me.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. All right.
Raiders live in Tankathon.
So do I.
Yeah. Rams Pats. The NFC North is still the best division in football, in my opinion. The NFC West is the most fun. The NFC West is the Big 12 of the NFL.
They're just beating each other up.
Yeah.
Like
Cardinals are first at 6-4, and the Rams, Seahawks, and Niners. The Niners are in last place at 5-5.
1-3 in the division.
Yeah.
They had the win against Seahawks the first time in Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
So I had notes on this game, and this is really all I had on the game. Well, if we were to record, it was basically, I like the Rams. Basically, I wrote down, I like the Rams after a tough loss against the Patriots. Like the Patriots are getting better, starting to believe in Drake May as their leader and quarterback going forward. But it's also kind of smoke and mirrors because the Bears quit on the season and the Patriots aren't as good as they seem. I might have to take back on that take because this was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. Like they were up early. It was 7-0 going into the second quarter, and I thought, what is going on? The Rams are just kind of sleeping. And then Stafford became Matthew Stafford, and he did what he needed to do. Drake May looked good.
Yeah.
Other than the interception and the tuck rule fumble, the Patriots.
Yeah, Matthew Stafford threw for almost 300 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Matthew Stafford's going to make there's going to be a game that he has where you look at it and you're like, that's a throw that only he can make. Just like on the run, sidearm angle. That throw to, was it Cooper Kupp or Nakua? It was
1 and 2. I don't remember.
He had a throw in that game that was just like only he can make. It's insane. Nakua, Cooper Kupp. Yeah, no, it was 28-13, like heading into the fourth quarter. Rams had a couple of scores. The big man touchdown, that was awesome. Vidarian Lowe, if you had him as a touchdown scorer in this game, you won big. Eligible tackle. But the Patriots are supposed to be tanking.
Yeah.
And like they look rejuvenated a little bit with Drake May out there. I'm kind of starting to get vibes where it's like, could this be like another Tom Brady situation. Drake May gets hurt, and then that's their $100 million quarterback, and then Joe Milton wins 6 Super Bowls.
Imagine.
Joe Milton's the new Tom Brady. He was picked in the 7th round.
He was.
I'm starting to get those vibes a little bit.
That's not gonna happen. I don't have a whole lot on this one. I just think the NFC West has just been insanely entertaining.
Yeah. God, I would die for Sean McVay to be our offensive coordinator. Here's what I would do if I'm searching for Oklahoma's offensive coordinator, right?
Yeah.
All right. Into the season, things went wrong. Your 2 guys that are going to the Senior Bowl that are going to get drafted, Billy Bowman, Danny Stutzman, right? If I'm Brent Venables, hey guys, thank you for everything you did for this team. I hope you guys get drafted and have awesome careers. You're always welcome back. You are Sooner legends. And then here's what I do.
Mm-hmm. Hold on, I'm getting a phone call. Hello.
Hey, Sean McVay, this is Brent Venables with the Oklahoma Sooners. I have a blank check. Write whatever you want.
$18 billion.
Okay, let me call you right back.
Okay. Hello.
Hey, Jerry Jones. I need a favor.
What's that?
Hey, please don't have a meltdown, but I have a linebacker for you. His name's Danny Stutzman. Can I borrow $18 billion? Thanks, pal. I appreciate it.
Yeah. I appreciate the fact that you think I'm Sean McVay. Thank you. That's what I got out of that, by the way.
You seem like a football guy. You seem like a smart football mind.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, no, I love Sean McVay so much.
Yeah, it would be fucking fantastic.
Keep me updated on Friday who the OC is going to be. Like, get a flight tracker.
I got you.
SEC flight tracker who's coming into Norman.
I might just start shooting down airplanes off the flight tracker for ones that I don't know or that I know don't hold no C.
Yeah.
Or no C that I don't like.
Yeah. Next game.
Brown Saints.
I thought this was going to be the Jameis revival game. Like, I thought the interim head coach for the Saints, I thought the magic went away. And Jameis had a good game. He almost had 400 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Did, but he couldn't outduel Taysom Hill.
I feel so bad for Brasher because he has been Taysom Hill in his lineup for DraftKings every week. In the 2 weeks that he didn't put Taysom Hill in were the 2 weeks that Taysom Hill was unstoppable.
You want to know something that's even more tough than that?
What?
I played against someone in fantasy. Starting quarterback was Joe Burrow.
Oof.
Starting receiver was Jamar Chase.
Oof.
And then they had Taysom Hill as well.
Oof. They have Jerry Jeudy.
Dude, I benched Jerry Jeudy. And Christian Watson. I had Jerry Jeudy and Christian Watson sitting on the bench for fucking Drake London and Jaden Reed. And Dontavian Wicks is my flex.
Time to get rid of Dontavian Hicks. And the second you do that, he's going to have a masterful game.
That's what I'm fucking – I cut him in one of my leagues.
Are there any clogged toilets? Did the Darren Rizzi clog another toilet? Because maybe that is the recipe for the Saints just to succeed going forward.
I don't know, but I have a strong feeling Saints fans are going to start showing up wearing plungers.
Instead of the brown bags.
If he keeps winning.
Yeah, I would like that to be
New Orleans anyways.
I would like that to be the case going forward. The Browns, I'm kind of starting to feel for Browns fans because I understand what it's like to be a franchise that's starved for success. So, but like I can never get Baker out of my head, so that's why it's tough. But at the same time, like I get it.
Yeah.
So
that's fair.
I get it. Even though I didn't backstab my former quarterbacks. I figured out early on it wasn't the quarterback. It was the organization.
God, the Spurs just cannot miss.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Rough stint for Oklahoma City. That's what it is. Yeah, so the Saints. Ooh. Is that a team you should be worried about?
No.
What if they don't lose another game going into the Packers?
If they're that hot, maybe, but no.
We have a gauntlet of a schedule coming up. We have the toughest schedule remaining. The Packers, about a 500 for you?
Right around there. It's prompted up by the Lions and the Vikings.
If the Saints are 6-8 or 7-7 going into Green Bay,
I don't know that I'd really be too worried about it. Unless they're just dominating teams. But I mean, they had a 21-point fourth quarter. For the majority of this game, it was fairly close. So
it could happen in Green Bay. You said you are scared about your defense right now. So
that is true.
I don't like my chances against the Saints. I'm just saying. You'll probably beat the Saints, but what does it need to be to feel confident? Like if the Saints are hot, like how much do you have to beat them by to be like, oh yeah, we can win a playoff game? The Saints of all teams.
Yeah, if the Saints are hot and like rolling into Green Bay, we need to beat them by
A touchdown
probably 10 points.
to feel good.
Yeah, or even if we win by like 6 or 7, but have like a 10-point cushion throughout the entire game, they just kind of get one garbage time. I feel fine with it.
Okay. You don't have to worry about the Saints.
No, I'm not worried at all.
I am trying to twist your brain right now.
All right. I just finished my finance homework, and my brain is well twisted enough.
Buddy, I got buckets of cope in my life, so like I have a bathtub of cope. I had a bathtub of cope after I lost the game. I went straight to an Epsom salt bath to take away the pain, and it didn't work.
Oh, that's tough. Colts, Jets.
Big story.
Jets fired Joe Douglas.
Yeah. Aaron gets what Aaron wants. Well, I don't know if he wanted that because apparently he had a good relationship with
He's got a good relationship with anybody and everybody.
Yeah. Also, him and Nathaniel Hackett are best friends. You know that more than I do?
Yep.
So, yeah, I don't know. Do you have any Zach Wilson stats? You said you wrote down some. I mean, do you have any stats of Zach Wilson at this time last season for the Jets compared to Aaron Rodgers?
I don't off the top of my head. I should have pulled some. Let's see if I can pull some off.
Jets fans were basically putting the Jets logo on Mike Tyson's ass cheeks. They were so pissed.
2020.
That's your boy, dog. You got 2 of your boys on that team.
I know.
3 of your boys. Alan Lazard, too.
4 of them. Anders Carlson. Let's see. In 12 games last year, Zach Wilson had a 60% completion percentage, 2,271 yards, 8 touchdowns, 7 picks. And Aaron Rodgers, so far this year, through, what are they? 3-8 through 11 games, 2,442 yards, 17 touchdowns, 7 picks. So
63% completion percentage.
Yep. Considerably better.
Yeah.
But it's not equating to wins and losses.
Yeah.
What were the Jets in his?
My God, that win probability graph was insane for this game.
Was it really?
Yeah. Which, shout out to Anthony Richardson. He had a good game. I figured Jets defense very bad against the run. Anthony Richardson was going to have a good game running the ball.
Yeah.
But he had a better day passing the ball. And Josh Downs, not even Josh Downs. I mean, fucking Adonai Mitchell had a good game. That's what we've been waiting to see from the rookie wide receiver.
Yeah.
It feels like the Jets or the Colts have a lot of talent on their offense to not be a good offense.
Yeah.
Like it feels like they should be scoring 28 points a game, right?
Yeah.
If you're a Jets fan, what are you thinking right now?
I think you got to be thinking of any way possible to get out of.
Sell the team, get the Johnson family to sell the team.
Yeah.
When your owner, his name is Woody Johnson, when he has 2 dicks in his name.
And he's part of the Johnson & Johnson family? Come on, man.
Any friends with like an ambassador of fucking England too, or whatever?
Your quarterback does ayahuasca? What a fucking nerd, man. Just kidding, Aaron. I love you.
So it wasn't Aaron. I mean, Aaron had a good game.
He didn't play well.
I thought he did. I mean, it was rough in the first quarter. Like,
yeah.
Very, very rough.
Aaron is very clearly, though, a 40-year-old quarterback.
Yeah. It was rough in the first half, honestly, for him until like towards the end of that game. Like what? There's like a minute left in the game.
I do have Devontae Adams stats since becoming a Jet. So there's 26 catches, 278 yards, which is 10 yards per catch and 1 touchdown.
It's not bad. He just got there a few weeks ago. So
that's not terrible. I mean, it's
maybe you should get the guy more, get the ball to him more.
How many games has he played as a Jet? Let's see.
Well, their offensive line isn't very good. He looks like a 40-year-old quarterback. He can't move. He's not mobile.
That's 5 games as a Jet.
Yeah.
So if you take that, what's 278 divided by 5? 70-something?
78?
$55. Jesus Christ. Jesus fucking Christ.
I wanted to think he was more.
Yeah. The 1 touchdown came in the win against the Texans, which looks really not as good as it did a couple weeks back.
Yeah.
I don't have a whole lot of this game. It was fairly competitive.
It was that fourth quarter was crazy, like back and forth. It looked like the Jets were going to win this game after Andrews Carlson got that field goal. They were up 27-22. Jets had 1 goal. They had one thing they needed to do on defense. And even Jeff Ulbrich, their interim head coach, said that they were going to go back to the fundamentals of tackling. He said that.
That's never a good thing to hear.
Right? That's kind of the worst thing you want to hear.
That sounds like a Lincoln Riley "we're close" statement.
That's Alex Grinch. Alex Grinch would never come out and say that. We're going to get to the fundamentals of tackling. Yeah, that's the worst thing you want to hear. And then Anthony Richardson, 4th legacy drive, dude. They went for the 2-point conversion, though.
I know.
I know they did because they didn't want Rodgers to give the ball back to him. I think they had a timeout in their pocket and 46 seconds left. So it's like, hey, anything could happen. So that's why they went for the 2, just in case the Jets could tie it up. But then the sacks. He just got sacked.
Ooh, hold on. Here's a report from The Athletic. After the teams lost to the Broncos, Jets owner Woody Johnson called a meeting with coaches and front office execs and suggested the team bench Aaron Rodgers in favor of Tyrod Taylor. The move apparently stunned coaches, and Douglas, who convinced Woody out of it, said that it would embarrass Aaron and not sit well with the locker room. More stunning implications from this article. Johnson unilaterally fired Robert Saleh on October 8th without consulting anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Woody Johnson blocked Bryce Huff's extension, which is from Joe Douglas. Woody Johnson nixed a Douglas trade offering Lazard and a day 2 pick for Jerry Jeudy.
You know what's crazy about that?
So
you have to pay Bryce Huff. You sent him to the Eagles.
Yeah.
Right? Can he get away with that? With blocking?
I don't know. Woody Johnson's micromanagement of Joe Douglas escalated after forcing Douglas to fire close friend Rex Hogan. Following the move, it's theorized Douglas told staffers, Woody should just fire me now. When Chad Alexander, Douglas's top advisor, left for the Chargers, Johnson blocked Douglas from replacing him, further diminishing his authority. Hassan Reddick held out after Johnson refused to negotiate a contract extension. Tyron Smith and Mike Williams signings were Johnson-driven. Johnson pushed for Devontae. Johnson benched Tony Adams against the wishes of the coaching staff. Aaron Rodgers likely to not return, with Woody Johnson preferring to move on in 2025.
Because they asked him about that on it was either Wednesday or Thursday. They asked if Rodgers was going to return in 2025, and he was like, "I think so."
Yeah. That's
what do my notes say?
endearing comment from your
Yeah. So that was one of the things I was going to ask on Friday. When asked if Aaron Rodgers will return to New York to play next year in 2025, he said, "Yeah." ... I think so. I don't know, Dalton.
It's kind of the beginning of the end for Aaron.
Yeah. It's crazy that Joe Douglas drafted Garrett Wilson, Will McDonald, Sauce Gardner. He had a good draft. Like, he was drafting good players.
Honestly, you know what needs to happen?
What?
Aaron Rodgers wants to revive his career. He needs to go to Dallas, where he's got a very good record.
Follow the Favre.
No, dude, fuck off. He needs to go to Dallas, replace Dak, him and Mike McCarthy go get a Super Bowl, and then everyone kill themselves, because that would be the worst thing to ever happen.
Yeah, you would die.
I would, yeah. Anyways,
Mike McCarthy's probably not return for 2025. So
yeah, no. You know what? Something
and the Bears will hire.
yeah, an offensive analyst or some shit.
No, as head coach.
Offensive coordinator, maybe.
I would take him as an offensive coordinator.
You think so?
He won a Super Bowl.
Is that the barometer of success? I mean, obviously, that's the ultimate goal that you're trying to get to, but just because you win a Super Bowl doesn't mean your scheme is outdated and you're still a good coach. So, anyways,
have you seen the past 3 seasons? They can't run the ball, but
that's fair.
Caleb, I mean, he revived Dak.
Speaking of motherfucking God, every time this team does something promising, they fuck themselves in the ass. Moving on. Speaking of the fucking Vikings, so the Vikings beat the Titans 23-13. We didn't talk about this game already, did we? I'm very tired. Vikings beat the Titans 23-13. Didn't really feel like the Titans really had a shot in this one.
No, other than the Will Levis 99-yard touchdown pass to Westbrook-Ikhine.
Yeah, 98. It did not top the longest play from Derrick Henry. I do have Sam Darnold broken down between first and second half of their season so far. Their 10 games.
Go ahead.
So in the first 5 games, they're 5-0. He had a 63% completion percentage, 111 yards, 11 touchdowns, 4 picks.
Now that's 111 yards?
1,111 yards. Sorry, 11-11.
Not bad.
The first 5 games. Now, since then, their 3-2 stretch, he's at 71% completion percentage, 1,276 yards, 8 touchdowns, 6 picks.
So that tells me that they're 3-2 in that stint. He was an absolute pumpkin in at least 1 or 2 games.
Yeah. And one of the games that he sucked shit, they won.
Yeah.
The 3-pick game against the Jags.
I've got hope this coming weekend against the Vikings. I got hope, and we'll talk about that. But yeah, they looked good. I wonder what the Titans are going to do. I like Will Levis a lot, man, but he has not been what I thought he was going to be.
Yeah.
You like Will Levis, don't you?
Yeah, dude.
You don't? Oh, I thought you did. My bad.
I mean, I don't know. He's
I always thought you liked him. I
was higher on him because I kind of pulled for.
No, as a person, I'm not talking about as a football player. Like as like a dude.
As a dude?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, bro. He's got a sex tape. He puts mayo in his coffee. Fuck yeah, man. Top tier guy. His ex-girlfriend's still just stunning. But
yeah, Brian Flores, I mean, his defense is really good, except when he plays Sean McVay for some reason.
Yeah.
But this sucks, dude. They don't even need Sam Darnold to be great to win some of these games. I like that you had that stat broken down though about the Vikings.
Yeah.
About Sam Darnold.
I was really interested to see. I thought it was going to be worse because I feel like it's literally just like 1 or 2 of those games that stands out. And like I said, one of them they won where he was just horrendous, but
really, again, it was the Jags and Mac Jones.
It was Mac Jones and the Jags, but the 3 picks and 2 of them pretty much at the fucking goal line. It's not acceptable.
Yeah.
Next game we got here. This was the first of the afternoon games, I believe. Falcons Broncos, was that an afternoon game?
It was an afternoon game.
Was.
Are you
Broncos,
a believer?
I'm a believer, man.
You've been since day one.
Broncos are on fucking fire.
Their defense is good. I don't do this enough, and I probably should, but I'm going to shout out a Sooner that plays for them, Nick Benito.
He is third in the league in sacks, I think. He's got 10.
Second. He's second in the league in sacks. He's a stud. Bo Nix, fucking awesome day for him. Just stop watching the game.
Dude, I'm going to fucking lose my mind.
Just turn it off. I hate to see you stressed.
I can't.
Actually, I do like seeing
I'm
you
about to
stressed.
say, only on Sundays is when you want to see me stressed.
Yeah. But it's Tuesday. Bo Nix, 307, 4 touchdowns. He's absolutely on fire. That's the thing that I had a note on this game that, again, the Falcons have the worst pass rush in the NFL. Like, they don't get sacks.
Yeah.
You give Bo Nix time, he's going to rip it.
Mm-hmm.
Sean Payton lays, like how we mentioned with Mike McDaniel and Tua, he gives them easy layups. Like, hey, you're a rookie quarterback. Let's get you some easy throws, get you in a rhythm. And he looked very good.
It's crazy to think how close he was to beating the Chiefs last week.
That is like – that's the thing that's going to kill me is if like we all got it wrong, like the Bears, the Washington Commanders, and the Patriots all got it wrong, and Bo Nix is the best rookie quarterback and has the longest career.
As long as he's not playing football in Alabama, I think he's the greatest quarterback on the planet.
That's the thing is, I bet on Bo Nix at Auburn, at Oregon. He's hurt me a few times.
Yeah.
So like I can't get that out of my head. You know what I mean?
Completely. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That's why I have to compartmentalize and I have to separate them because I will screw myself over if I don't.
So like they don't have like a really bad stretch either. Like Bo Nix could have a lot of confidence going into the Chargers, which Chargers have a very fucking good defense. They just played Joe Burrow. That's it. Like we'll talk about that game later, but
yeah.
He should have a field day with the Raiders. Browns defense, we'll see how that plays out, and then the Colts. So, and then the Falcons. I wanted the Falcons to win this game. I want Tampa Bay to win the division because Baker. Like, Baker's my guy, dude. That's a fucking dog. I love Baker so much. But I wanted the Falcons to win this game because I like Raheem Morris a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But Kirk Cousins is Kirk Cousins, dude. He's going to have some games that are like this guy could be top 5 quarterback in the NFL, and then he's going to have games where it's like, yep, that's Kirk Cousins for you. And that was kind of this game. Just dink and duck, like had that weird interception. So I really don't know what to make of the Falcons. They're in trouble now.
The whole NFC South is just weird.
I love Bijan though. Bijan,
I love Bijan to death.
Guy's fucking.
I still hope that Tampa can find some way to come out of this.
Yeah, I'd rather see Tampa in the playoffs. Wouldn't you rather see Baker in that offense in the playoffs?
Yeah, of course, especially once they're healthy.
Oh, that over is going to be so nice in the playoffs with the way Baker's playing.
Look at us just getting directly back into gambling brain.
Yeah, I don't really know. I mean, the Falcons kind of feels like. I mean, they got the Chargers and the Vikings next. You can basically chalk those up as losses.
Yeah.
They have 2 easy games after that with the Ravens and with the Raiders and the Giants. So that's why I told you last episode we did, let's go ahead and start putting our money on Tampa Bay to win the division.
Oh yeah.
And it was because of this stretch that's coming up. So yeah, the Broncos, you got to credit Sean Payton and what he's done with Bo Nix.
I mean, just 2.5 weeks ago, everyone was like, "Oh, the Broncos," or not 2. Maybe I don't know. They've been on a fucking roll. Maybe closer to.
Would you like to see the Broncos in the playoffs?
I would. I would. I would like to see the Broncos in the playoffs. I think it'd be fun.
Okay.
They have a really good defense.
They do.
And I feel like they could make Super Wild Card Weekend really, really fun.
You know, with corners, like every corner has a bad game. Like I haven't seen it with Patrick Surtain yet.
He's fucking fantastic.
Yeah. Like I feel like every corner's just had a game where it's just like, you could chalk it up as like a bad game. Jair Alexander had one bad game. Jalen Johnson had one bad game. I can't remember a game where Patrick Surtain hasn't been one of the best corners in the NFL.
Yeah,
he's a stud. And they did it right with the trenches.
Yeah.
So
anything else? They run the fuck out the ball.
Yep.
They have a really good
the touchdown, Javonte Williams, where they carried him.
Yeah. I don't have anything else on it though.
Yeah. Badass. I knew it was over after that touchdown.
Oh yeah, 100%. Moving on. Back to the NFC West. Seahawks beat the Niners with seconds to go.
Geno Smith legacy drive.
Hey, they wrote him off, but he ain't right back.
That was impressive. It didn't look like he could get anything going in the fourth quarter.
Awesome.
Yeah. And when the Seahawks needed him the most, he stepped up, made big throws. The DK Metcalf, the Jackson Smith and Jigba, where they challenged it and it was a catch. I fell asleep for the second half, but I had to wake up and watch most of the highlights and most of the game, but because I was in so much pain after the Bears lost. But this is all right. You had something. You were onto something when you said something about the 49ers and like how you don't believe in them this year. And I think I'm going to be on the right track. I think I'm on that track with you now because they've had multiple games where they can't close out the win.
Yep.
The Rams,
they're getting healthier too, which is the scary part.
And this is Brock Purdy contract year.
Yep.
So, like the Rams at the beginning of the season, the kitchen seat game, the Cardinals game, they couldn't close out the Cardinals. There's another game like they have not been able to close out.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what's going on. And Christian McCaffrey's back. Like you said, they're getting healthier. I don't know, man. They got some stuff that they got to figure out because
they got issues.
Yeah, they do have issues because they got the Packers next time. You play them next week, don't you?
Yep.
Yeah, they got to play.
25.
They got to play you in Lambeau. They got to play the Bills in Buffalo. And they got to play the Bears. And I know it's at home, and we did have the notion about the Bears, but we always play the 49ers tight. We either lose close or we win. Hey,
the Packers' prime time to beat up on the Niners is in the regular season. We just can't do it in the postseason. So
yeah,
maybe we get one right this year.
Which I guess that kind of can segue into the next game.
Also, one last thing that's kind of crazy to think about. You know how everyone shits on the Cowboys for not being relevant since the 90s? The Cowboys have a more recent Super Bowl than the Niners do.
They've just been to the Super Bowl more recently.
Mm-hmm. They're more competitive.
They're there. I mean,
you can't do it.
Ooh, I just had a thought in my head.
What's up?
Kyle Shanahan. Maybe it was never meant to be in San Francisco.
Stop it.
Maybe there's another team like Andy Reid, for the Eagles, never meant to be, couldn't win the Super Bowl, got there but just couldn't get it done. Goes to the Chiefs, wins 3 Super Bowls. Maybe Kyle Shanahan, Andy Reid saga with him, goes to the Bears, Caleb Williams.
Keep dreaming, buddy.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I twist I have to do this every year.
This is the only way to survive.
This is the only way to survive. Damn right.
Probably what everyone thought was going to be the game of the week. It was a hell of a game. I missed part of it because I had an exam that I fucking nailed, dude. I take on Sunday afternoon. Bills 30, Chiefs 21. Finally, the Chiefs lose. And it's the Bills.
5-game regular season winning streak against the Chiefs for the Bills.
Yeah.
5 straight years. So, by the way, we need to throw this out there. Matters. I'm very happy for Bills fans. Not because they beat the Chiefs in the regular season. That's what they do. But they officially have a new franchise holder of rushing touchdowns in Josh Allen.
Well, he's second, right?
Nope. He tied O.J. Simpson. And on Sunday, he broke O.J. Simpson's record for rushing touchdowns.
Shouldn't he have to do it twice, though?
Do you think that's what they needed to get it done?
Maybe.
Maybe
What
the
if
4
Josh
Super
Allen
Bowls?
goes out and stabs 3 people?
Oh no! Oh no! I like Josh Allen too much, man. Don't throw that
Yeah,
out there.
no,
That's my guy.
I've come around on Josh Allen.
Josh Allen is MVP frontrunner.
Yeah, especially with the Ravens loss. Yes.
Yeah. So with the Ravens loss, I know they lost to the Ravens and the Texans. He had a concussion against the Texans, so there's that. But he's kind of playing his best football right now. He did throw an interception, but
I think there's another person, and we'll talk about it here in a few minutes, that I think people need to start looking about for MVP consideration. But continue with what you're talking about.
Now the Bills have a franchise, holder of rushing touchdowns in Josh Allen. That touchdown run he had was awesome, making big throws. He had the touchdown late in the fourth quarter to go up 30-21, and him on the sideline when Patrick Mahomes had the ball back was like, the Chiefs are going to do it. The Chiefs are going to come back and win this game. Like, Patrick, that's the one guy that you don't want to have the ball with 2 minutes left in the game. But they couldn't get it done. And credit to the Bills defense. They forced the interception late to stab the Chiefs' chances of having a perfect season. But I got to take. Should the Bills have lost this game?
Why do you say that?
Because the Bills always beat the Chiefs in the regular season. And they can't get it done in the postseason when they play the Chiefs after beating them in the regular season.
So it's kind of like the Packers.
Reverse the curse, right?
Maybe.
Reverse the curse. Maybe you should let the Chiefs win. That way when you play them in the playoffs.
It's hard to beat a team twice.
So that's the only thing that's looming over my head is that. Also, Xavier Worthy bust.
I don't know about all that.
He's had 4 occasions this season where he just has absolutely no idea where he's at on the field. He's had 4 catches this season where he can't keep his feet in bounds. He's either out of bounds already or he doesn't toe tap. He had one in this game, and it's like, dude, have some awareness.
Yeah, that's fair.
He runs fast. This is all a trick. It's all a facade. He's going to absolutely figure it out in the postseason. This is how the Andy Reid tricks us.
Hey, look, here's the thing. If they're going to do it this year, they have Samaje Perine on their team. All right, that's what I care about.
And DeAndre Hopkins.
More so Samaje, but yeah.
Well, I've always been a massive fan of D-Hop. That's my favorite receiver. Fair. That's my all-time favorite receiver. I love D-Hop. But yeah, Chiefs undefeated season broken. Obviously, Patrick Mahomes at the press conference said that's not our goal. Yeah, I know you're trying to three-peat, so there's that.
Yeah.
But who was the other candidate that you had for MVP?
You know, he's been sitting in the back of my mind. And looking at the stats aren't as crazy, but Justin Herbert, man. He's been balling. He's got 2,186 yards, 13 touchdowns, 1 interception, throwing 63% completion percentage, 63.5%. Josh Allen's at 2,500 yards, 18-5. But Josh Allen has another 5 touchdowns on the ground, another 316 yards. Herbert's only got another 182 on the ground. So Justin Herbert has not been getting a whole lot of talk, man.
That's kind of right where Jim Harbaugh wants him to be.
That's exactly where he wants them to be.
So Sunday night game, Chargers 34, Bengals 37. Or I'm sorry, Bengals 27.
Yes.
It almost seemed like the Chargers were reliving the playoff game against the Jags where they're up big. Cincinnati starts coming back, and it was just like Vietnam flashbacks.
You almost jinxed it, man.
Yeah, I know. I did. I need to learn to shut up. But that's the difference with Jim Harbaugh that I've been trying to tell you about. They closed it out.
Fair.
And Jim Harbaugh, you basically need to get into field goal range to win the game. What does he do? Uses the timeout that he has in his back pocket, runs another play, and they get a touchdown.
Yeah.
J.K. Dobbins.
Hell of a play.
And that's all.
Hell of a play.
I don't even want to think about that. God, I fucking hate that Eberflus shit. Jim Harbaugh, damn it. But yeah, no. Chargers were up on him early. Joe Burrow has to will this team on his back. Now it's over for him.
He, by the way, is at 3,000 yards passing, 27 touchdowns, 4 picks. Holy fuck, man.
Where's it at? Where's it at? I know I liked this post. I saw a stat, and it's honestly pretty crazy. And now I can't find it, unfortunately. Oh. I'm sorry. This is bad.
You're good.
But no. It was a motherfucking Joe Burrow stat. Oh, okay, you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Through the first 11 games on the 4-7 Bengals, Joe Burrow has 3,028 passing yards, 27 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions.
Mm-hmm.
Players to achieve over 3,000 passing yards, 27 or more touchdowns, and 5 or fewer interceptions through the first 11 games, along with their team's final records. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Tom Brady in 2007, he went 16-0.
Yep.
Tom Brady in 2015, he went 13-3. Aaron Rodgers had that same stat line through the first 11 games. In 2011,
Mm-hmm.
the Packers went 15-1. Aaron Rodgers also did that again in 2020, and they went 13-3. Patrick Mahomes did it in 2020. They went 14-2. And then Drew Brees did it in 2018. They went 13-3 on the season. The Bengals are 4-7 with Joe Burrow having that stat line.
That's so insane.
And Tom Brady won an MVP, Aaron Rodgers won an MVP, and Patrick Mahomes won an MVP that year, right?
Yeah.
No, did Patrick Mahomes win an MVP that year?
In 2020.
No, in 2020 it was Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron won in 2020 and 2021.
Yeah, that's right. You know, it just occurred to me all these quarterbacks either didn't make the Super Bowl or lost the Super Bowl.
Insane.
Yeah. So there's that. But yeah, that's how. What does that tell you? Bad defense.
Very bad defense historically, and even if they're not like statistically that bad, they don't play complementary football. Is also
that's exactly
part about it. Like the touchdown run to J.K. Dobbins, they were completely fine with succeeding that game and kicking, at least attempting a game-winning field goal or a game-tying field goal. No, it was a game-winning field goal, but whatever. They had 17 fucking attempts to tackle J.K. Dobbins on that last play and couldn't get it done.
Yeah, I don't know. That's why Jim Harbaugh's a good coach, and the Chargers have had the number one defense going in this game. They played Joe Burrow, who has just been fucking awesome this season. If the Bengals were one loss team, he'd be an MVP candidate.
He'd be the front runner.
Yeah, he'd be the front runner, and it would be Josh Allen next. Yeah. No. Realistic question.
Mm-hmm.
How far in the postseason can the Chargers go?
Divisional round for sure. Depending on what draw they get, I could see them playing for a conference championship game.
Me too. I can. Would have been a great fucking if they were 45-1 3 weeks ago. I should have
to be in a conference championship game.
No, to make the Super Bowl.
Fuck.
They're now 20-1 odds.
Yeah.
I should have.
Been a hell of a bet.
I should have, and then just fucking hedged it. Oh, damn it! I was thinking about it too. But, the Chargers are 7-3. They're a good team. Who do they have? Who do they have up next? I can't
They play. Ooh, they got the Ravens on Monday night. That's right. The Harbaugh.
The Harbaugh.
Then they go to Atlanta, to Kansas City. They're home for Tampa and Denver. And then they finish the season at New England and at Vegas.
So you can basically chop up the Patriots and the Raiders as a win for them. Maybe. I mean, the NFL is week to week.
And maybe the Falcons as well.
Yeah. Realistically, they could finish with 10 wins.
Yeah.
So, and the Bengals.
And football team.
I still believe in Joe Burrow. They can run.
Yeah, but I don't believe in the rest of that team.
I believe in Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase.
That is true.
So
that is true.
If they lose to the Steelers,
acid.
if they lose to the Steelers, it's over. Like they need everything to go their way. Just put them in the playoffs. Put them in the playoffs. I just want to see. I want to see that offense in the playoffs. Why not?
That's true. That is true.
Would you rather?
I'd rather watch them than the Steelers.
Yeah. I don't know. That defense for the Steelers is fun.
It is, but that offense is insane.
Yeah. I would rather see the Bengals in the playoffs. I don't care if they lose out the rest of the season. I would rather have a 4-13 Bengals in the playoffs. Just put them in.
That'd be hilarious. I don't have any other thought. It's fucking outside of. Was it Collinsworth? Is that who it was? I was like, go down. Like, bro. Shut the fuck up. What a nerd.
He's losing me a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like Gus Johnson. Although, have you seen the conspiracy that it's not Gus Johnson in the booth?
No.
It's probably not Gus Johnson in the booth. They're saying that it's a robot.
Shit. Could be.
So there's that.
Big Noon Fox is killing everything.
Last game.
I didn't even watch this game last night. But Cowboys are dead, man.
Yeah.
It's absolutely dead.
Yeah.
17-10 at halftime. And then 34-10. You know Joe Mixon has more rushing touchdowns in AT&T Stadium this year than Dallas does?
Yeah. By
a couple.
First play of the game, screen pass to Nico Collins, takes it to the house for a touchdown. It was the first play of the game. They were lucky. Larry Tunsil was an ineligible man downfield. Yeah. You know, he has more penalties than like 5 teams by himself.
Which is insane because you'd think Jawan fucking Taylor would be it, leaving early on every fucking snap.
And Larry Tunsil's like a top 5 tackle in the NFL too, which is crazy, and he's so penalized. But yeah, no, the Texans, are they back or did they just play the Cowboys? You know, we don't know. CJ Stroud.
It's kind of like a rolling theme here. Like I said,
now that he's got Nico Collins back, we'll see how it looks.
Yeah.
Titans got a good defense. They should beat the Jags. I don't know. They got a tough stretch coming up.
They do.
For their standards, it shouldn't be too tough. But the Chiefs and the Ravens in back-to-back weeks. And then for the Cowboys, you see the ticker. Who's more ass in AT&T Stadium, Tyson or Dallas?
Man.
Which, by the way, Netflix?
Bad.
All-time bad?
All-time bad. If that was their, like, I heard some people saying, like, that was Netflix's, like, trial run for Christmas. You have a lot to fix. You don't fuck with football. Mm-hmm. We don't give a fuck about.
That's one thing.
The Paul fights, but you do not fuck with football. They better not fuck it over. They'll never get another shot.
I went to Kroger yesterday, and there was a lady wearing the Paul Tyson promo shirt.
Oh, Jesus.
That fight was something else.
Yeah.
I had to watch old Tyson interviews just to make up for that. But, you know, the Cowboys, they're dead. Cowboys are absolutely dead. I wonder, did the moon have any impact on this game? Like the sun did?
I think the moon in the locker room that
I haven't had a chance. I haven't had a chance to watch any. And yesterday I was out sick. I didn't have a chance to watch any post game stuff like I usually do, which sucks. So I'll make sure on Friday I'm way more prepared. But I was more prepared for college football and the Bears-Packers game. So
Fair enough. We spent a lot of time on Bears Packers.
Yeah.
But you have anything else you'd like to get into or mention before we get out of here?
Yes. Remind me not to bet Liberty ever again because that was a heart attack waiting to happen. And then,
I got you.
Yeah, I'm still sad. I'll recover on Friday. And then Saturday will be a shit show.
Yeah, another just fucking problem. But with that being said, this has been the PigSkin Podcast, Season 2, Episode 21. As always, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Help us help this take off, please. We need something in our lives. We are.
Well, if you got this far, no.
If you got this far, we don't deserve anything. Obviously, we can't even handle what little success we had previously. It's all come crashing down. It's our fault. But as always, like I said, like, comment, subscribe, and share. And we'll see you guys in the next video.